Blake Walker. We have a packed show on tap for you this evening before we get you to our big game of the week here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We have rankings, we have highlights, we have coach interviews, and much, much more. Make sure to stay tuned. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network CISN Football Pregame Show, Week 5 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. Let's jump straight into the highlights. Long breakaway touchdown, 59 yards. Nice cutback there. Johnson scores. Waukee Northwest takes the early 7-0 lead. Shout out to the cameraman. Has to grab his camera so they don't step on it. Very nice. Later in the ball game, Will Nuss rolls out to his right, gets intercepted by Owen Klunder. Klunder, they say he stepped out of bounds, so he didn't get to go that far, but a big interception nonetheless. How about this? Handoff. No. Sam Johnson keeps it, runs to the corner. Touchdown number 2 on the night to give Waukee Northwest a 14-0 lead. How about those strobe lights over there at Waukee Northwest Stadium? Carson Hansen, how about this field goal? It's going to bounce off the top right, upright, and doinked off. Field goal no good. Take a look at the celebration from Waukee Northwest team. This is late in the second quarter. A stop by the Waukee Northwest defense. Logan Stotts, big stop with 5 seconds left to go in the first half. Waukee Northwest is feeling it. We move to the fourth quarter, still 14-0. Johnson rolls out to his left, fires downfield, caught by Grant Carter. One of just 3 catches all night long, completions by Sam Johnson in the passing game. Running game, though, was all that mattered. Johnson, quarterback keeper, runs it up the middle, dives and scores. Touchdown, Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest with more strobe lights. They went on to win 21-7. The Wolves get their first win of the season behind Sam Johnson.
Nice. All right.
Rolling out, fires short. This is caught by Nick Severson. Severson almost gets to the end zone, just outside of it. Easton Miller on a very next play. Going to push this one in and score. Centennial takes an early 7-0 lead early in the second quarter. Later in the second, Elijah Porter, nice cutback, trucks over a man for the second straight week and scores. Centennial leads 14-0 early. Second quarter later, 1 minute to go in the second. Trenton Smith fires short to Nick Severson. And once again, how about the moves? Nice stiff arm to the outside. Another nice stiff arm just out inside the 5-yard line down to the 2. Centennial would score after that. How about Cedar Falls' Drake Gelhaus? Was a workhorse. How about this long run up the middle, gets chased down just inside the 40, down inside the 35. Gelhaus off to a good start there, trying to get Cedar Falls back in the game. Couple plays later, they go back to Gelhaus. Nice pitch, nice blocking, and great speed by number 29 to reach the edge and score. Cedar Falls gets it within 14, 21-7. Tate Hermanson. How about this pump fake? Going deep, trying to get it within 7. Oh, almost could get there. Joe Talmadge, huge interception to stop a great drive by Cedar Falls. Big pick by the Centennial defense. Then later, it's another run. Elijah Porter bouncing off defenders, trucking his way into the end zone, and that would seal it. Centennial, big win at home. They moved to 2-2 on the season, 28-14 over Cedar Falls. Yeah. Good win against Ankeny, 17-10. And on the very first play, the opening kickoff, how about Rashad Davis? Long kick return, gets it inside the 20. Heck of a return by Rashad Davis. CJ Phillip, his running back teammate, gets the handoff here, bounces off a couple defenders, and runs to the end zone. Dowling takes an early 7-0 lead, not even 2 minutes into the ball game. Great start for Dowling Catholic. How about later? This is Rashad Davis. Couldn't get the touchdown on the kick return. He'll make a couple guys miss. Nice juke move. Scores it with a minute 38 to go in the first quarter. Dowling takes a 14-0 lead. Later in the second quarter, how about Smolik? Long throw. Beautiful throw to Bo Gamble right in the breadbasket. Nice throw by the Penn State commit. Jackson Smolik. Dowling takes a 21-0 lead. Late in the fourth quarter, Dowling on top 27-0. This is the backup running back, Jack Moore. Plays linebacker. You can tell. How about this push up front by Jack Moore? Scores it. 34-0. Dowling Catholic defeats Iowa City High. The Maroons move to 3-1 on the season.
Very good, very nice.
Top 10 rankings, courtesy of the Des Moines Register. Let's go right to those now. It is a common team that we've seen in the top 5, but now a new team in the top 1 position, I should say. Pleasant Valley, number 1 in the state. A really nice option offense out there on the eastern side of Iowa. Pleasant Valley now number 1 in Class 5A. Dowling Catholic moves to number 2 in the rankings after the big win over Iowa City High. Ankeny upset Southeast Polk. They jump to number 3. Southeast Polk drops to number 4 after being ranked number 1. Cedar Rapids Kennedy sneaks into the number 5 position. Always a tough team. Should be interesting to see how they can handle themselves out east. Sioux City East jumps to number 6. A very good quarterback play by Ritchie and company has gotten the Raiders, Black Raiders, out to number 6. They get a tough opponent in Ankeny Centennial this week. Iowa City West jumps to number 7. The Trojans off to a hot start this season. They get a tough game with Iowa City High for the Battle of the Boot. Urbandale in number 8 spot. Cedar Rapids Prairie, another Cedar Rapids team, comes in at 9th. They get a tough spot with Southeast Polk in a couple weeks. And Ankeny Centennial at 2-2. The best 2-2 team in the state of Iowa jumps into number 10 with their win over Cedar Falls. They will take on Sioux City East this week for their homecoming. Those are your top 10 rankings. We will be back for coach interviews and much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show Week 5 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. Host Blake Walker.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the car guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Games to watch, including the 3 that we are covering tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. First one that we're going to be looking at tonight is Ankeny at Roosevelt. Drake Stadium, Ankeny taking on the Rough Riders. Roosevelt, big game. Jamison Patton returns to the place that he played all throughout high school. Should be a good game that we will be covering here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Can Ankeny keep up their spirits after a big win against Southeast Polk? Centennial taking on Sioux City East. It's homecoming over at Ankeny Stadium. The Jaguars looking for another top 10 win. We said they're one of the best 2-2 teams in the state. They'll try to get a big win over an undefeated Sioux City East squad that's looking for a little bit more respect in Class 5A. Valley and Marshalltown coming up tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Valley trying to get some things together on the season. Both teams, two teams trying to find their rhythm, trying to find their identity. Should be a good game here on CISN. Iowa City West and Iowa City High taking on for each other at the Battle of the Boot game over on the eastern side of Iowa. Iowa City West looking to keep the momentum rolling. Iowa City High going to try to rebound after a loss last week to Dowling Catholic. Waukee taking on Johnston. As our friend Paul Yeager said, we really don't know what Johnston is right now, and Johnston's trying to figure that out themselves. Same thing for Waukee, two teams that are desperately trying to find their identity, and no better time than now here in Week 5 to get it done. And another good, quietly good game, a good Dubuque senior team will head to Kingston Stadium to take on Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Should be a good game over there on the eastern side of Iowa. That will wrap it up for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show Week 5 edition. We hope you all enjoy your games. We're going to send it down to Ankeny Stadium where our host Paul Yeager has the call for Ankeny Centennial and Sioux City East. We appreciate Friday night football slate. Thank you for watching the CISN Football Pregame Show, everyone. Who's on the other game? Okay.
Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Conn and Blake Walker back with you here at Drake Stadium. The Rough Riders of Roosevelt playing host to the Ankeny Hawks. Thanks for joining us on the radio side on 96.9 The Bull as you're out and about, and the video stream on CISN.TV. A couple other games tonight also on the video stream. You can catch Ankeny Centennial there at home for Sioux City East. The Black Raiders come in, a surprise team, and off to a good start this season as the Jaguars look to pile up some victories. A big one there tonight in Ankeny, and over in West Des Moines, the Valley Tigers playing host to Marshalltown. Here it's Ankeny and Roosevelt. Two teams certainly have seen success. Ankeny, the state championship, and with it, obviously, big expectations coming into the year. Blake, let's start at the quarterback position for the Hawks. J.J. Cole, I've called, I think, 8 games in his career. It's been inconsistent starting his career at Centennial and then the transfer to Ankeny, but a guy that is a big-time talent. There's a reason he's a 4-star by the recruiting services.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's huge. He's so good at the quarterback position. Like you said, can have his on games, can have his off games. It just kind of depends, but he has the weapons around him this year, and that's one of the big things that a lot of people talk about. He started the year with 1 touchdown and 3 picks, and everyone kind of sat back and said, okay, should this guy be playing quarterback? He's picked it up since then. 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, hasn't thrown a pick ever since, 822 yards. Knows where to find his targets, and I think the season has gone on. He's got a lot more confidence. Played great last week against Southeast Polk.
Yeah, that was a great performance in up and down the roster for Ankeny a week ago. We talked at the top, Jamison Patton making his return here. He has been the leading receiver for the Ankeny Hawks this year, 27 receptions as he moves over after playing quarterback here at Roosevelt, 313 yards and a touchdown. But he's not alone. This offense has got some big-time skilled players. And Jason Williams, another transfer that came in from Cedar Rapids, he's playing at a high level, toting the football and getting those hard-earned yards for an Ankeny offensive line in front of him. Maybe hasn't been up to what Coach Nelson usually anticipates.
No, it's not usually the big boys up front that won him a state championship a couple of years ago, but they're definitely learning, and we saw that. We saw that big run for Jason against Dowling Catholic, went 80-plus yards or whatever. That was big. They're starting to gain confidence, and I think that's something that we learn about Dowling, Southeast Polk, and Ankeny. They're getting better every single week, and we're seeing that throughout, just like their win last week over Southeast Polk.
On the other side for Des Moines Roosevelt, the Rough Riders with a 2-2 record on the season. And Dominic Wade, outstanding baseball player. He's taken over now the quarterback position after the transfer of Jamison Patton, and he's played really well here 4 games in.
He can sling the rock, that's for sure. 8 touchdowns, 4 picks, 682 yards. Loves to run the football as well, which I think is another big step. He doesn't have to run all the time, but 63 yards on 25 attempts or carries for a touchdown. Can be a nice dual-threat quarterback. I was watching him in pregame. Has a nice stance in his pocket. Really nice, solid quarterback. Should be fun to watch him with the Rough Riders offense.
And his top target is George Williams, big tight end. George Williams, I've watched him now. He started playing a lot as a sophomore, and he's a guy that just popped off right away. He has that frame, and it looks like a guy that would look good in the black and gold or the cardinal gold. He seems to be a tight end that would fit the mold of what they're looking for.
He absolutely does. You know, you talk about these farmer boys come up and become tight ends. He's that T.J. Hawkinson body. He's that Jacob Allen body. Just perfect. Works perfect for Roosevelt. He's going to be a great target. He's so big, so tall. Could be a mismatch for Ankeny's DBs tonight.
Yeah, he's a guy that can get up and make some plays down the field on top of it. 19 catches this year, averaging over 12 yards per reception and 3 touchdowns. Along with Danny Diggins, their other senior wideout. Diggins, 18 catches this year. The big play receiver, averaging nearly 18 yards per reception. He also has 3 touchdowns. Well, for Roosevelt, you got to figure out a way to slow down this Ankeny team, and it is a little wet out there. It's been misting, kind of spit and rain here throughout this early evening. With it, you got to anticipate ball's going to be a little bit slick. You're Roosevelt. You want to have a couple of sustained drives and want to stretch this game out, right? Don't want to get in a track meet with the Hawks.
Yeah, and you want to start out slow. Yeah, you want to eat up that time of possession. You know, last year the Ankeny beat this team 49-6, but Ankeny's offense, only put up 26 against Waukee, 17 against Centennial, 10 against Dowling. Got that big win against Southeast Polk, puts up 31. Roosevelt in their losses, they've only put up 13 points each, but in their wins, 40 and 34. So they got to find that happy medium going forward. They look good against Urbandale early. They had Urbandale on the ropes. Halftime hits, same or different story. So just something that Roosevelt needs to slow the clock down and keep this game within grasp.
Should be a fun one out there tonight, Roosevelt and Ankeny. We talked about at the top on the radio side of things, but a very trying week for Ankeny this week at video surfaces in the locker room after the game in that victory against previously number 1 Southeast Polk. There was a little extra happening in the locker room there. A lot of rumors that were running around town. What we do know, though, is that Rick Nelson is out there on the field. He will be coaching with the team. His son, his assistant coach, was the head coach throughout the week in an interim basis. But Rick Nelson back out there, and good news certainly for him, a guy that has done a lot of great things, obviously, with this Ankeny program.
Well, yeah, and I think it's just big that you can have him out there, and he's a leader. I mean, he's gotten them to where they are today. Just definitely one of those important key factors for him.
We'll take our final timeout here of the pregame show. Come back and get ready for the opening kickoff. It's Ankeny and Des Moines Roosevelt's coming your way next on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN TV.
75 years, Holt Service Trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
In Clive. The Elite Eye Care pregame show here on 96.9 The Bull and our video stream on CISN TV. I'm Trent Condon, joined here this evening by Blake Walker, coming to you live from Drake Stadium and the home spot of the Roosevelt Rough Riders as Roosevelt gets ready to take the field here on a cool night. Feels like fall, feels like football weather again, Blake.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you got rain. It's raining sideways a little bit of misty weather. But no, couldn't have asked for a perfect setting. It is fall weather. It's fall football at one of the better stadiums in the state of Iowa. This should be a good game.
No doubt about it. No, we got because of the weather, a few extra people that decided maybe to stay home and watch us here tonight, and we're going to have fun with you. Roosevelt comes in with that 2-2 record. Ankeny at 3-1. I had the loss. I was there a couple of weeks ago up at home, the loss to Dowling Catholic. We kind of got this triangular now, and it feels like, at least in Central Iowa, there's some separation. 3 teams at that top level, Ankeny, Southeast Polk, and Dowling Catholic. All 3 of them have played each other. All 3 of them have beat each other one way or the other and taken a loss the other way.
And the crazy thing is, if everything goes to plan, they'll all be in the dome. So, I mean, if everything goes to plan and then you sneak in maybe an Eastern Iowa team, it looks like Pleasant Valley's probably going to be that team so far, maybe Cedar Rapids Kennedy. It's just kind of be one of those years that, yeah, they're really no advantage. If I had to choose one, I think Dowling has a little bit of an advantage over the field. But, like you said, you've just beaten everybody.
Captains coming out to the middle of the field. You see the quarterback, J.J. Cole, big 6'6" frame, going out there with Jamison Patton, and also joined by a couple of the linemen, Andrew Mulveas, along with big number 74, Joe Kingston, the senior. Captains coming onto the field. On the other side, you do see George Williams. He is out there. Talked about him at the top. Also joined by Dominic Wade, the quarterback, and offensive lineman Isaac Garcia, also playing well on the defensive line for Garcia, Garcia, one of the starters on the defensive front for Des Moines Roosevelt as they go through. Now, this has already happened. This is a change a couple of years back. Not the old days where there's an actual coin flip. They do it about 10-15 minutes before the game, and now we're about ready for football. 4-man officiating crew out there along with the white hat, and we are ready to go. Roosevelt and the Ankeny Hawks. Ankeny, the huge emotional win last week, too. You wonder, it's a city school. Roosevelt a year ago, of course, ended that long streak to a suburban school, but with everything going on, I mean, a little bit of a look ahead or a letdown factor here for the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, I definitely think there could be. They probably would have rather played anybody else, but, I think Roosevelt, that's an upside for them. They can definitely went into this week thinking, well, they got a lot to think about. Let's just quietly get in here and do some work. Should be an interesting game. Like you said, how does Ankeny, did last week hurt them at all? Did last week do anything to the locker room environment? just kind of one of those things we'll have to keep an eye out. If I'm Roosevelt, got to jump out early here.
Eddie Fulton back deep to receive for the Rough Riders, along with Tate Jackson for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and teed up and ready to go to kick things off for Ankeny. As we are set up and ready, they'll kick it off from the 40-yard line, 12 minutes on the clock. And the kick into the breeze, kicks it short, hits at the 17, takes a high bounce over the head of the kick returner. Ball is loosed at the 10-yard line. Roosevelt was able to cover it up, but a near disaster right away there. And I think that was the idea there on the kickoff from Ankeny. Keegan Warner just popped it down there, and suddenly it was a loose ball.
Yeah, Roosevelt had a guy up on the 5, and then the next closest guy was on the 20, so there was really a huge gap. Nice job by the kicker to at least recognize that, kind of place it. It was almost like a punt, you know. You're just like, let's put it in the perfect plate. Roosevelt, luckily you hop on top of it.
They'll spot it at the 11-yard line, and that's where Roosevelt comes out onto the field. As we are ready to go, Rough Riders going left to right across your radio dials. They work towards the south end zone here at Drake Stadium. Split formation, single receiver on each side. Out of the shotgun, play action pass, looking out, incomplete. Short gainer out past the 15-yard line to pick up a 5 on first down. Good looking play out there, and the completion to Danny Diggins.
He's going to be their #1 guy all night tonight. Roosevelt just likes him in the flat. That's a lot they like to run most of the time. That time they had quite a couple more guys up on the line of scrimmage. And he just, if you're not playing man, you're going to be beat right there.
Second down, and we'll call it 6, a pickup of 4 on the play. First completion of the night for the quarterback, Dominic Wade. Wade out of the gun again. Now they're going to shift receivers all over the place. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. A couple of guys moving around again. Now they're going to bring a tight end as Williams will come back, and they'll fling 2 receivers on the left side. With 11:51 to go, pressure comes, rolling out. Wade's got a receiver out there. It's Diggins again, but incomplete. Had a first down if he could have get him, but rolling out to the right, the ball sailed a little bit on him.
He was wide open in the flat. I mean, Ankeny's D-line, not the fastest, so Wade was able to get out of his pocket, rolling here to our near side to the right. Just couldn't quite get it to Diggins. I think slipped. We're seeing the rain be a little bit more of an issue. It's coming down harder now than it did here in the beginning of the pregame.
Yeah, picking up a little bit out there. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now for Roosevelt, their opening possession of the ball game. Rough Riders, big conversion attempt for them. They'll spread it out again out of the shotgun. H-back comes to the left side of the formation. Single receivers on each side for Wade. They're going to go with the draw play up the middle. Big hole. First down out past the 20-yard line to the 24. A pickup of 8. Nice looking play there.
Yeah, that's Jaden Davison got a carry. That was only his 9th carry of the year. He had 25 yards before that. Nice job. Ankeny was thinking pass the entire way, and a great play. Great blocking up front. Only 3 down linemen up front for Ankeny. Perfect block. Nice job by Roosevelt.
Jaden Davison, as you mentioned, the sophomore, and his longest gain of the season came on that one, a pickup of 8. And will be a first down for Roosevelt.
Nobody up on the line for Ankeny right now.
Yeah, weird formation. Seen this a bunch. They're going to flick it out real quickly as the defensive line all stands up. You got 5, 6 guys along with the linebackers, and not just standing there, but they're about 3-4 yards off the line of scrimmage, and incompletion makes it 2nd and 10.
And it's a good thought process, because if you're already in motion, you're probably going to knock over a guy that's sitting still just waddling his feet. If that play could have worked, the short little dump-off screen play, that could have gone for a lot. That's kind of one of those risk-it-all type defensive plays for Ankeny.
2nd and 10 now for the Rough Riders here as they work in the opening possession of the game. 11-11 to play in the first quarter. Williams comes to the right side of the formation along with 2 receivers. Now they'll put a man in motion coming back the other way. And a handoff again in the middle. Little bit of breathing room. And a pickup of 4 makes it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6.
That's Davison again. That time, nice cut. The line was able to push to the near side or the far side on the left. Davison's able to make a cut back. Nice vision early by Roosevelt. Good play calling. Seems like Ankeny's kind of selling it out here on the pass early, but getting a nice 3rd and long situation here if you're Roosevelt.
Ankeny trying to get off the field on 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to that Raider package is what Iowa calls it. They got a bunch of linemen standing up and all moving around. They're going to put their hands on the ground at least, well, one of the players here on the strong side of the formation. 3rd down and 6, back to the ground again. Nice hole on the left side, and it's going to be right at the sticks. First down. Power running there up the left side, and Again, there's a surprise. Jaden Davidson, he's running hard.
Yeah, he is, and he's getting great blocks up front. If you're on CISN, take a look at the replay. Just great blocking, and he's running through tacklers. Because Ankeny's blitzing and trying to get guys up there, they're running too fast. They're not staying at home and waiting for the guy to come through. A couple mistakes here early by Ankeny's defense.
First down at the 35-yard line of the Rough Riders. Now they'll spread things out with a 5-receiver look. And back to the shifting formation here. A lot of changes, a lot of movement out of this Roosevelt team. First and 10 from the 35 out of the shotgun. Wade's going to hand it off and breaking through another tackle. Big hole up the middle. Another first down for Davison. Running hard, and how about the offensive line from the Rough Riders?
It's really good so far. They're getting such a good up-front push. Ankeny's sending blitzers, but they're just not getting to where they need to go. If you're looking on our replay here, again, nobody up on the line, but they just run right past him and they can't tackle him.
Good work at the front from the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and already eating a couple of minutes off the clock here. First and 10 at their own 48-yard line in the first quarter. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. As Williams comes in motion, he'll line up in the tight end slot on the left side. Handoff again, this time covered up and tackled for a loss. Aiden Stepp gets his first carry of the game. Ankeny was ready for it right away. It'll be a loss of a yard.
Yeah, that was a great play in the backfield coming off from the far side. I think that was maybe Austin Bailey sneaking around from the edge. Either way, it was a great tackle, great heads-up play by Ankeny. Again, sending a couple blitzers off the edge. That time they were able to catch Roosevelt sleeping.
Second down and 11, back to the 47-yard line of the Rough Riders. 3 minutes elapsed in the opening quarter, first possession of the game. 2 receivers left, 1 right. For the quarterback, Dominic Wade, he's 1 for 3 early on. He's got Stepp with him in the backfield on his left hip. And they're going to set up an option play, pitch it out to Stepp, but he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Great open field tackle there for Ankeny. Coming up and making the play was Dylan Doherty.
Yeah, Doherty back in there. I think Diego Jackson was back in there as well. That time Ankeny sold out for the run, and that time they went for it. Now you get a long third down if you're Roosevelt. Got to think it's a pass situation.
Now they had the 3rd and 6 a couple of times. They were able to go with the draw play, but a little bit different on 3rd down and 11. That's what faces the Rough Riders here. Wade looking to throws. He works from the shotgun. They'll put a man in motion. Look out to that side. Pressure comes. Got to get rid of it. He can't. He is sacked. Ankeny comes flying through. A host of Hawks there and cleaned up by Austin Bailey, who gets the sack.
Yeah, Austin Bailey led the cavalry and just waited too long. If you were Wade, he had an opportunity in the flat to go to his check down option of Peter Fantadeth, but just couldn't get it there in time, and Roosevelt can't get it.
Loss of 12 on the sack. It'll be 4th down now and 27 after what started to be a very solid drive from the Rough Riders. They go backwards and will have to punt it away. Here's the boot. A knuckleball into the breeze. Hits at the 34-yard line. Takes a little bit of a Rough Rider bounce. It'll roll to the 33. And that's where Ankeny will get the football first. And we'll get to see J.J. Cole in this high-powered Ankeny Hawk offense.
It's a fun offense to watch. I mean, they're I wouldn't say they're the greatest show on turf type offense, but they're definitely there with Jason Williams and Jamison Patton leading the charge. I mean, it's going to be one of those games that Ankeny, the weather isn't favorable for the passing game, but in a Roosevelt DB backfield that isn't the best, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ankeny aired out a couple times tonight.
Cole will start things out here. First down and 10. And they're going to start out under center, something you don't see a ton out of Ankeny. And they're going to go right away to the right side in the running game. Up the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Strong run for Jason Williams, and no surprise there. He has been the big play back for them this year. 64 carries, 344 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, averaging 5.4 a carry. And that offensive line doing work early.
Yeah, it is. Great push up front and just great stiff arm. Breaks about 2 tackles. Great downhill runner. Once he's in open field, he's hard to catch.
Pickup of 8, make it 2nd down and 2 from the 41-yard line. Cole wants to throw, throws it short to Patton, complete. First down past the 45 to the 50, and knocked out of bounds there as he is escorted to his former side of the field on the Roosevelt side. First down, Ankeny.
Yeah, that's a great catch and go. Definitely showing his speed. That's going to be something to watch for tonight. Ankeny overall a lot faster than this Roosevelt DB secondary.
Pick up a 12 on the play to Patton as he continues to lead this team in receiving this year. At the 47-yard line on the left hash, 2 receivers right, They'll put Patton in motion out of the shotgun, and they're going to hand the ball off. Ripped down, though, after a short gain. Good work in the open field by Des Moines Roosevelt. Coming up and making the play, Owen Lyle on the tackle.
Yeah, Aiden Nelson was in there as well for Roosevelt. Good play. Good blocking up front by the fullback or pulling guard of Ankeny. Just kind of keeping things slow down as they move down the field. You got a lot of time. You're currently 6:47 to go here in the first quarter. I do like this under center look. I bet the weather is a big factor of that so far.
Single receiver on each side of the formation for Ankeny. They'll go back to Williams on the ground. He's hit at the line, able to push forward for a couple as he is hit first by Jaquan Bradley. A pickup of 2. It'll be third down and a short 3 or long 4, depending on half full, half empty.
That was kind of one of those, the line or the O-line was able to kind of create a horseshoe effect around Williams. And I was surprised he didn't go further. Good job by the Roosevelt linebackers to get in there and make a play. Crucial third down upcoming.
3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line of Roosevelt. Ankeny's opening possession, scoreless game here, halfway through the first quarter. From the shotgun, Cole to throw. Got a man out there, incomplete, threw it behind the receiver. Was running a square in there and threw it behind him. Dangerous throw, incomplete, 4th down, and now decision time, and it looks like no decision. Ankeny's offense is staying on the field.
Yeah, with the weather like it is, I mean, and you don't got much wind with you tonight. Your offense is rolling well. That was a good play to Evan Erlmeyer, just couldn't quite get there. Erlmeyer, sneaky good wide receiver, 2 touchdowns this year for Ankeny.
4th down and 4 from the 41 for Ankeny. Look back over at the sidelines. Trip receivers on the right side, single receiver left. That's Maddox Ward. Williams in the backfield with Cole on his right hip. Cole takes the shotgun snap, looking across the middle, still looking. He's got a man out there complete on the screen. First down and more for Williams, 25-20. Up the sideline, cuts back at the 15, and he is brought out at the 14. Beautiful design play there and an easy first down.
Yeah, everyone forgot the left side of the field. Jason Williams was right there. They send a late blitzer. That left middle linebacker comes running in. There is nobody on the right side. And Ankeny just perfectly waits for it. Aiden Nelson kind of bit on that play as well, rushing after Cole. And that's a big gain for Ankeny here, inside the red zone.
Marked down at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Ankeny with 5:46 to play. Scoreless in the first. Cole from the shotgun. Play action pass. Throws it out to left, complete to Patton. Patton steps out of bounds after a gain of 6. Nice completion on first down. Call it 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 inside the 10.
Couple short passes here to Jamison Patton early, and with his speed, you can't just accept those as short checkdowns and just expect them to go out of bounds. That's something Roosevelt's going to have to tighten up here as they move along.
2nd and 3 as the clock rolls here in the first quarter. 5:22 left. Ankeny on the march against Roosevelt in a scoreless game. 3 receivers lined up on the right side. They will throw it out that way. It is complete to Erlmeyer. Breaks the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Ankeny. Easy pitch and catch on the screen play, and then it was all about Evan Erlmeyer making a play.
Well, there was 2 guys on defense over there. You see the safety kind of up there to the right. He waits, but he doesn't commit. There's still 2 guys up there, and just easily put together by Ankeny, and Erlmeyer sneaks in for his 3rd touchdown of the season.
On to attempt the extra point, it'll be Keegan Warner. 10 of 10 in PATs, 4 of 4 on field goal attempts this year. But before he gets an opportunity, we have whistles down with our officiating crew. Now back ready for live action after the touchdown reception. Cole to Erlmeyer. Here's Warner on a slippery field. Snap back, hold down, kick on its way. It is good. 7-0 Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt. 5:07 to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Walker back with you as we're at live action. Kickoff from Ankeny to the Rough Riders up the right sideline, out of bounds at the 30. Looked like maybe a late hit out there. No flag comes out. It'll be a good return and great field position for Roosevelt up the right sideline. Took a lick out there, but able to stand up Tate Jackson on the return.
Yeah, I think they hold back on the flag. Tay was kind of spinning around while the Ankeny defender came in. Nothing too egregious, but good starting field position for a Roosevelt team that could use a score here.
7-0 Ankeny with the lead, 4:58 to play in the first quarter. Rough Riders had a couple of first downs in their first possession. They did it much on the ground. Williams comes to the right side, the tight end, out of the shotgun. Ward's going to hand things off. Left side, little bit of breathing room, but only a yard on the play. And that time they were certainly ready for Davison.
Yeah, I think that was it was a talk of high ability when they went to the sideline just to make sure that they single in on number 21 who was causing the problems last time out. Good job by Ankeny up front, able to stop that. Diego Jackson kind of leads the way on that right side. He's a big guy, 6'2", 255. He's a good defensive end.
2nd down and 8 for Roosevelt in their home blue uniforms with the white helmets. And they'll shift things around again. This is Davison going over to the right side of the formation. They'll set up that speed option play again. Ward gets to the corner. He is hit out of bounds hard again. And no flag. Coming in high with the shoulder was Ben Sandvig with the big lick. And a pickup of 4 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, no late hit, but definitely could have been a possible unnecessary roughness. It's before he goes out of bounds, but yeah, high shoulder hit. Wade hopped right back up. Looks like he's fine. Good job to keep it. I mean, there was really no reason to pitch it. Nice job by Dominic. Has good vision downfield at least. Sets up for a good 3rd down and short opportunity.
3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line. Need to get right to the 40-yard line for a first. 3 receivers lined up left, single right. Williams now comes in line at the tight end position. From the shotgun, Ford takes a snap, pumps, looks, and he is crushed down. 5 different Ankeny Hawks get in the backfield for the sack. One of them a little bit slow to get up. That is number 9, Cale Halstead. But another sack of Ward and another stop for the Ankeny Hawk defense.
Well, the biggest one on that was Wade was looking at Danny Diggins the entire way, and he pumped 3 times, and good coverage downfield by Ben Sandvig on Diggins. Just gave Wade no time. He didn't look at any other options, and he ran out of time.
So it'll be, again, the punt unit coming out for Roosevelt. As into punt, it will be Danny Diggins. 5 punts this year coming in, end over end punt. It's grabbed at the 39-yard line and chance at a decent return. Pick up a 7 on the play for P.J. Westover. And first down, good field position again for Ankeny after they're able to get the 3 and out.
I think they probably want to get their running game going just a little bit more. Granted, the passing game looked fine, but you know, in these type of games, especially in these weather conditions, why not try to open up the game just a little bit more? It's a big showing that you can pass in these conditions, that's for sure. But something to keep an eye out for Ankeny here on this offensive drive. Look for more Jason Williams here.
They'll start at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:21 to play first quarter. Ankeny 7, Roosevelt nothing in our Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN TV. J.J. Cole has got 2 backs with him in the backfield, including Jamison Patton. And they're going to go on a little end-around play, coming back the other way. A counter. Patton makes one man miss, now another, and is still going to be hit for a loss. Love the motion of the play, love the design, but the defense stayed at home there for Roosevelt.
Yeah, there was a good push on that right side. I'm not sure the number's different. I think it's Isaiah Roundtree was the first one in there. Just a great job. Stayed home. Could have probably gotten a block in the back, honestly, but really nice job to get down Jamison Patton, who can be so elusive in the backfield.
Loss of a yard on the play. In fact, called a loss of 2 for Patton as it is 2nd down and 12. Out of the shotgun again, 5 receivers, 3 right, 2 to the left for J.J. Cole. Stands tall in the pocket, up the seams, got a man out there complete. First down, breaking through a tackle to the 20. Still on his feet to the 18-yard line, all the way up the seam. Jeremiah Kruger, his tight end, found that seam route, made the play, and then made some guys miss.
Roosevelt's in zone, and he puts this perfectly over the middle. Nice spiral, nice play, and Kruger, he's just too big. He wraps, almost takes 4 guys to bring him down. Heck of a play by Ankeny to get him inside the red zone.
And a pickup of 38 on the play to the tight end. Cole has come out here on fire. 4 of his first 5 throwing, and already a touchdown to his credit. First and 10 at the 18, throws it to Patton complete. Patton shimmies his way through, upended at the 8-yard line. A pickup of 6, third reception of the night for Jamison Patton. He's got 29 yards.
Boy, Braden Page is maybe 5'10", 6 foot, or 5'10", 5'11". Patton has a lot of size on him, and Page was able to bring him down, which was really just an open field touchdown saving tackle. Credit to the Roosevelt DB there.
First and goal at the 8-yard line now for Ankeny, already up a touchdown, 7-0. With 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. They'll go to the ground, big hole. Williams runs through a man in 4-6. Jason Williams bringing the thunder and the score for the Hawks.
Well, that time Roosevelt was thinking pass, and they should have. 3 wide receivers out to the right side, and then that just opens it up. It's almost like a late draw here. Good sell by Cole, and great block up front by number 72, the lineman up front. Nice job by Ankeny to score.
13-0 PAT pending for Warner. After a 7-yard touchdown pass, an 8-yard touchdown run, Ankeny working quickly here in the opening quarter. Hold down kicks on its way, plenty of leg, and it is good. 14-0 Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt with 1:52 to play. We come back, more high school football here in a moment.
Join Free Godfather's Pizza. Begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Kickoff from Warner and Ankeny. Boyd Roosevelt brings it out past the 35-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Rough Riders. We've seen some glimpses here early on for Roosevelt, but now need to put it together, now trailing 14-0, Blake.
It feels like one of those games where Roosevelt might be hiding one of those trick plays deep in the playbook and maybe just open it up. I mean, they, like you said, they're getting pieces of it. You just got to put a full drive together. That first drive had its positives, but Ankeny's come back a little bit stronger and prepared on defense a little bit better.
Marked him out at the 34-yard line. That's where the Rough Riders are start on their own side of the 50. First down and 10. Dominic Wade, 1-3 passing for 5 yards to this point. He's got 2 receivers right, 1 left. Williams lined up the tight end at the right position. They're going to hand things off. Hit in the backfield for a loss. Boy, just coming through almost untouched. It was Diego Jackson. Blake, you mentioned him earlier. He is just an outstanding talent.
He is. I mean, big football guy, loves track. He's headed to Iowa State for computer engineering next year. He's a big guy, loves fishing. He's a big outdoors guy. He's one of those fun guys to watch. Usually on his right end position, he switched over to the left end position, and Roosevelt just ran right at him.
Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 14 for the Rough Riders. Now back to their own 30-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right. They're going to put a man in motion. That's Davison, the running back. He'll line up on the right side of the formation. And
right
whistles.
Guard. Right guard jumped.
So movement up front, and they are going to get that against Roosevelt, as that'll be against Muhammad Bouma, a sophomore offensive lineman. So back 5 yards and making an already difficult prospect against this Ankeny defense. That's that much more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you get the kick return all the way up to the 34, and now you're sitting at the 25. So based on the loss on the first play, then the penalty, not helping here early for Roosevelt.
And again, Ankeny showing that Raider package with Bunch of defensive linemen lined up on their feet. Diego Jackson, the only one that's got his hand on the ground. Second down and 19. Wade looks to throw. He's got a man out there, bobbled, but caught on the sideline. It'll be a short gain, a pickup of 3 as he was able to find Davidson on the little out route.
I mean, it's always interesting because they lined up and they ran the same exact play from what they were going to do before the play was halted because of that false start. So, it just shows what scouting does. Ankeny didn't quite know what they wanted, but really Roosevelt's only passing plays tonight have been those checkoffs just down to the shorts and now getting out of bounds. I think you got to kind of try to open up the middle of the field if possible.
They got whistles again here on the near sideline. 14-0 our score. 11 seconds showing on the first quarter clock. And looks like Coach Barnett may be looking for something. It looks like he's looking towards the back a little bit of the sideline here. Not sure what they're pointing out. Coach Barnett, former Iowa State quarterback.
I think someone's flashlight was on their phone on the sideline.
Oh, there it is.
I saw a little bit of light,
yeah.
But I guess if that matters.
So we're back ready for live action. Third down and 16 for Roosevelt. Down 2 scores in the first quarter. Final 11 seconds. We're going to reset the game clock here to 27 seconds as he was out of bounds. Setting up a screen, ball tipped, nearly intercepted. Big tip on the outside for Ankeny as that was Donnie Brown's straight 6'4" frame, and he knocks it away. It'll be 4th down.
6'4", 200, got his leg up there. I thought it was going to the tight end, but nice swing play, nice job by Ankeny's front. They are sending so much pressure so far by Roosevelt, and it's causing a lot of issues here early.
Danny Diggins will have to punt it away for the 3rd time tonight. Already in the first quarter with 23 seconds to play. Diggins a little bit slow getting back to him. He's going to run. Rugby-style kick goes out of bounds. Didn't get much on that. Pressure got after him. Good work out of the special teams of Ankeny. That was Jay Lounsbury, a senior defensive lineman, applying the pressure. Ball goes out of bounds, and we'll check where they mark it at the 35-yard line. And that is where Ankeny will get the ball now, starting in Roosevelt territory.
I couldn't quite tell if he was wanting to fake it. He sure did run a lot here to this near side where we're at, and then just decide to punt it late. He's lucky it wasn't blocked, but yeah, didn't even have enough room to even get it off his leg. He's lucky he didn't go out of bounds right when he kicked it.
At the 35, the Ankeny offense will get an opportunity. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a 14-0 lead for the Ankeny Hawks. Trent Condon, along with Blake Walker, here with you at Drake Stadium and our Central Iowa game of the week. That'll be J.J. Cole, joined in the backfield by Jason Williams. And also got an extra tight end in there in the game. They'll go to Williams on the ground, breaks through a tackle, bounces out at the 30. Flag comes in, 25-20. Looks to get to the corner and knocked down at the 12, but hold on for a moment. And a spot right normally where you see a holding penalty as the flag stands at the 32.
They're going to get this on number 74, Joe Kingston, the senior O-lineman, 6'3", 300 pounds. He was on the ground when the flag threw it, and then he kind of put his hands against the turf and was like, yep, that's on me. But great run by Jason Williams. Roosevelt's having a hard time tackling him. If I was Ankeny, I'd go right back to it.
He has been outstanding to this point as this Ankeny offense, they've been humming along here in the first quarter. Back to the 41-yard line. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Off the field a little bit as they got Kingston. They will wind the clock, and that'll do it for the first. Through one, Ankeny 14, Roosevelt nothing. Second quarter coming your way next on CISN TV and 96.9, The Bull.
When did strength become an ego thing? Strength is about more than you. It's about grit, work ethic, carrying your own weight, and still rising to new challenges, whether or not they happen during regular business hours. Because even for the strongest, there are no guarantees. But for those who wake up with the streetlights to make sure the world keeps moving, Western makes one promise: more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Inside Blake Walker, glad to have you aboard with us here this evening. It'll be first down and 16 for Ankeny after the holding penalty at the Roosevelt 41. Ankeny a 14-0 lead. They're going to go do an end around again to Patton up the left side, makes a man miss the 40, steps out of bounds after a short gain. A couple of different times trying to get Jamison Patton involved a couple of different ways.
They got real lucky there. I mean, that same end around reverse play that got a loss of about 1 or 2 for Patton. That time Patton was just able to use his speed, and Roosevelt cheated up a little too far, but you know, good on Patton for making a positive gain out of a broken play.
Gain of 4. It'll be second down and 12 at the 37-yard line for Ankeny. Hawks 2 receivers left, 3 right for J.J. Cole. Works from the shotgun on this second down play. And looking, pressure comes up the backside, just flips it out complete to Ermeyer. Ermeyer with some space in the middle of the field. 25, spins through a tackle. 20, 15, brought down at the 10, but what an effort for Evan Ermeyer.
And that's just a perfect play by Ankeny's front line, and great job by the lineman. Joe Kingston led the charge downfield. Ermeyer just waited, and great blocking upfield by Ankeny, and Roosevelt's DBs just sat back too much. Usually if a guy's sitting there in the backfield, you probably want to play up a little bit more. Ankeny's just recognizing these screenplays just aren't being picked up by Roosevelt's defense.
Over 100 yards passing now for J.J. Cole already early in the second quarter. He looks to throw again, complete at the 3. Still on his feet, Maddox Ward fighting for the end zone. He's going to be short, though, at the 2. Pickup of 8 on the play. It'll be second and goal, and J.J. Cole in the rain. He's humming.
Yeah, he is, and it shows a lot of confidence that Coach Nelson has in his passing game, because now, especially with these conditions, I mean, it's not fun. This isn't great passing weather. It's more running weather, but they're just not running the ball. I mean, you're picking on a pretty tough, rough rider defense, but J.J. Cole looks really solid here early.
Second and goal from the 2 for the Hawks, already up 14-0 early in the second quarter. It'll be a handoff to Williams. He is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Great penetration there in the middle of the line for Des Moines Roosevelt, and they get the hit. And maybe even a loss of a half yard. Good work from the Rough Riders.
Yeah, that was a great push up front. Isaac Garcia kind of met Jason Williams in the hole and almost did what Derwin James did Travis Kelsey a couple weeks ago, like picked him up and pushed him back down on the ground. That's meet me in the hole, I'll beat you one-on-one. Don't worry about anybody else. Good play by Roosevelt.
Third and goal for the Hawks. They'll go right back to Williams. Big hole right side. He is in. Touchdown, Ankeny. Jason Williams finds the end zone for the second time tonight, and it's 20-0 Ankeny.
You know, we talked about in the pregame show about the offensive line. Check out this offensive line push for our viewers. The left side push is unbelievable. Everybody moves. Number 72, the guard pulls, and it's just too easy for Jason. He's able to open up the lane. That's the guard pulling. You love to see that as a head coach. Great job by Coach Nelson and his offensive line here so far today.
It'll be Warner on to attempt the PAT, 2 for 2 tonight. 12 for 12 on the season. As it snaps back, hold down, kick on its way, and it is good again. 21-0 Ankeny over Roosevelt. 10:09 to play in the second quarter as we continue on 96.9 The Bull and CISN TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Blake Walker, glad to have you aboard with us here tonight. 21-0 Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt. With 10:09 left in the second quarter, Warner kicks this one off. It'll be grabbed at the 10-yard line, up the left sideline, hit at the 24, and brought down right there. Special teams unit coverage very good once again from Ankeny. And we talked about a little bit earlier, Blake, just those top three teams here in Central Iowa, Ankeny, Southeast Polk, and Dowling Catholic. And things like coverage units and your special teams so important.
Yeah, it is. And, we see that, Dowling last week against Iowa City High. It might have been a different game if Rashad Davis didn't return that thing all the way down to the 20 on the very first kick of the game. It's so important. And when we see that in college football with what LeVar Woods has built with Iowa, with special teams, a lot of coaches just shove it aside. But if you want to be a championship team, you have to be good in all three facets of the game: offense, defense, and special teams.
Starting at the 23-yard line now is Roosevelt, their fourth possession of the night. Had a couple of first downs on their first drive, one on the second, and then a 3-and-out. As they'll run the ball up the middle, but not much breathing room once again. There was success early on in the ground game for Jaden Davidson, but those holes have been covered up here as we've gone on.
And it could be just depth at the at the lineman position. Obviously, Ankeny has a lot more depth than Roosevelt does, but that first drive, they had something. And then I just give credit to Ankeny's defense. They have just been able to respond. Their linemen have picked up a lot more, and Ankeny's not blitzing as much. They've sure pulled things back and said, let's just wait. Let's scout the play out. If you're a linebacker, don't just rush it. Sit at home and figure things out, and it's working really well for Ankeny.
Davison with the pickup of a yard on the play. It's 2nd and 9 from the 24-yard line. Man in motion, that's Williams. Now put another man in motion after he comes set. Some jet screen motion, and they'll give it back to Davidson in the middle, and he's able to fight forward just shy of the 30-yard line to pick up a 4.
Yeah, that time he had 3 guys in the backfield running around. That time it confused Ankeny's linebackers a little bit. I don't think if you're Roosevelt you can keep one guy in the backfield anymore. I think you have to keep changing things up because Ankeny's going to figure it out pretty quickly. Good carry, though, by Williams. He has good vision when he has a lane. Just got to give him those lanes up front.
That'll be 3rd and 4 for the Rough Riders, just shy of the 30-yard line. Need to get to the 33 for a first. They'll go with a 5 wide receiver look now. Again, go back to that motion look. We've seen a lot of that. Davidson comes in the backfield with Dominic Ward, the quarterback. Ward takes a shotgun snap, man off sides before it, though. So we will get an automatic stoppage of play, different than what you see at the collegiate level or the professional level. Once that defensive player passes the line of scrimmage, it's a dead ball.
Yeah, and that's one of those rules that I could easily see being changed in a couple of years because we've seen how big that rule has benefited guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. If you reward the quarterback. If the quarterback gets a guy to jump off sides, at least give him the play. That's when you see these long passes downfield. I don't know, just something that I think they'll think about going forward. But Ankeny's defense that time, you're up 21-0. You don't have to be too aggressive, but, they want to get to the quarterback. They want to keep their defensive front hungry going forward.
First down, Roosevelt after the penalty from their 34-yard line with 8.5 to play in the second quarter, trailing 21-0, trying to get something on the board before we hit halftime. And in motion again, they'll go to the speed option play, pitch it out to Davidson, but he is hit in the backfield. What a lick coming up from Ankeny. That was Jacob Kruger with the stick.
It was a good read by Wade. He knew what to do, but the only problem is if you're going to run read option, your linemen your wide receivers have to block downfield, and the guys here on this near side did not block, and there was really nowhere to go for Williams, and he gets clobbered in the backfield, takes a tough hit.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12 for Des Moines Roosevelt. Rough Riders quarterback Dominic Wade. He's 3 of 5 passing, but just for 8 yards to this point. As they'll work and put another man in motion, that's Davidson. He'll come into the left slot. Pressure showing up the middle, and here it comes, rolling out. Wade, way out to the right side, slings it sidearm up the sideline, ball deflected, incomplete. Dangerous throw there.
Well, the good thing for Dominic Wade is that he's fast, and that gets him out of the pocket if he waits long enough. Just kind of waiting a little bit too long in his throws. He's looking at one guy, and then he kind of surveys down the field. He had Peter Fantadeath down all the way downfield. That's a tough throw to make, but against this Ankeny D-line, got to get the ball out just a little bit quicker if you're Roosevelt.
3rd down and 12 after the incompletion for Roosevelt as they work from their 32-yard line. That Ankeny defense, they have been stout. They really covered up a few of the holes that they showed early on against the Roosevelt ground game. 3 receivers to the right, 1 left for Ward as he goes play action, looking across the middle and complete, but it'll be short of the first down. Good looking play there, dragging across. Williams gets his first catch of the night, but it'll be not enough for a first down. Needed 12 on the play, got 8.
I like the play call, though, because Ankeny pulled everybody to that right side, and Wade's able to just throw right back across his chest. Williams obviously gets hit, but he also had Hudson Miller streaking down the sideline pretty wide open. So I'd go back to that if you're Roosevelt. Nice, solid offensive setup. Looks like they're going to go for it, if I had to guess here.
Yeah, well, offense staying out on the field. Got to hurry, though. 10 on the play clock. 5 receiver look for Dominic Wade. Down to 5 and asks for the ball quickly. Tries to get the ball out quickly, throwing it up. It is in and out of the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. Cutting in front there. Aiden Stepp had a step himself, and I think it maybe confused him as the defensive player jumped up for that one and threw the timing off.
Ben Sandvik put his hand up. Probably could have been picked. It just floated over his hand. And, yeah, you're right. If Aiden Stepp, I think he thought about it too much. He thought it was going to be tipped. So then when it wasn't, just couldn't quite hang on. Good play set up. I think it could have been a touchdown if he caught it. But, I think that was a solid offensive drive for Roosevelt. I know you didn't end in anything like a touchdown or a point or anything, but you're opening up the playbook instead of a couple handoffs up the middle, something that I think Roosevelt will look to go to as they move on throughout the game.
Ankeny will get the ball back after the turnover on downs at the Roosevelt 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Cole's been outstanding tonight. The ground game has been good as well with Jason Williams. He's in the backfield with him. Cole wants to throw. Pressure comes, rolls to his left, still rolling, trying to fight through a tackle, throws it incomplete. How about the strength there of J.J. Cole just being able to get rid of that ball?
Yeah, there were 3 Rough Riders hanging on him, and he rolled out to his right. And, usually when you see, throwing it downfield and it's no wide receivers in the area, intentional grounding, what they like to call it, usually they throw out. Cole threw it down the middle because, somebody's going to be around there. So a nice, smart play by J.J. Don't take the sack, and he didn't want to take the sack. Never in his mind in that play did he want to take the sack. Wanted to get that ball downfield.
2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line for Ankeny. This time they will go play action, looking Maddox Ward complete, and that'll be good enough for a first down. Flag comes in late, though, from all the way back. We will have to check on that. It was going to be good enough for a first down, a pickup of 11-2 Maddox Ward, but I'll watch on the penalty. And again, one kind of in the middle of the action, usually where you see holding.
Yeah. Just thrown so late and all the way by the marker pretty much.
An eligible receiver downfield is the call, so that one makes a little bit more sense as opposed to a holding penalty. We'll keep an eye on it here on our video stream on CISN TV. Play action play, and I had a guy up there on the left side, it looked like.
Yeah, that was Andrew Monsivias, who was upfield, senior offensive lineman, just worked his way upfield. He was looking downfield. Usually you don't see that on short passing plays unless it was a miscommunication by Andrew, but yeah, that's a tough loss for Ankeny here.
So move it back. It'll be 2nd down and 15 back to the 46-yard line and negating a Hawk first down. 5 receivers for J.J. Cole. Stands in the pocket, looks up. He's got a man out. Complete. First down and more to the 20. Spinning through a tackle, 15. Hit down there, but again, Evan Erlmeyer with another reception. He's having a big night and a big play there for the sophomore.
Yeah, and J.J. loves his top receiver tonight. I mean, Erlmeyer's been the big one. They've covered Jamison Patton well, so again, zone, really good zone, but give credit to J.J. Cole, able to fit that thing right in the breadbasket of Erlmeyer. J.J. off to a really nice start tonight. Really impressed by him so far.
As he is up to now 158 yards passing in the ball game already. And he is 8 of 10 passing. 1st and 10 from the 16. Under center, Cole hands Williams. Big hole left side. And knocked down by the cornerback after a pickup of 5. Great seal, though, by the left side of that offensive line.
Yeah, I don't know where the defensive end was for Roosevelt. He wasn't even there. It was a play made by the corner on the far side of the field. And Jason Williams, that's his space and just couldn't quite get around the edge. But great blocking up front by Ankeny's offensive line so far tonight.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 11-yard line as the rain continues to come down here at Drake Stadium. 21-0 Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt. With just over 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Cole wants to throw. Throws it to the end zone. Incomplete. Try to go back to Maddox Ward again, but overshoots him for the incompletion.
Yeah, that was a one-on-one on the outside. Tried to get him over his back shoulder. Ward spun, but it just wasn't. It was going to be out of bounds no matter what. You know, I like that placement. It forces Cole to make a good throw and get it to his wide receiver in the corner of the end zone, and you're on that far hash mark. So, you know, you got a little bit more, less field to work with. Your vision's a little bit tighter. Good throw, though, by JJ.
From the 11-yard line, 3rd down and 6. Still can get a first down. Under center again, JJ Cole hands it off Williams. Williams left side, runs through an offensive lineman, and he jumps forward for the first down all the way to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 9 and a first down for Ankeny.
Well, we talked about Williams being one of the top tight ends that we just think looks like a tight end. You know, that was a heck of a play on the far side by Jeremiah Kruger. He was the reason that play stayed alive and was able to push that end out or one of those DBs out. That cleared the way for Jason Williams. That is what you got to love, a blocking tight end. That is what Ankeny has on their hands with Jeremiah Kruger.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line as Ankeny will line up in the shotgun looking for their 4th score of the night. 4.5 to play. Cole looking in the pocket, still on his feet, rolls out to the left. Man comes, still looking, now puts his head down. He is in. Touchdown, Ankeny. J.J. Cole, that time doing it with his feet.
Yeah, and it's amazing. A guy can cross the line of scrimmage, and the DBs will think, oh, he's still going to throw it. Nobody's thinking about that. You're always thinking about it. Take a look at the replay here. Gets away from one tackler. Boom, he's thinking he's going to throw, even though he's past the line of scrimmage. Great play. Great job by JJ to keep his eyes downfield, but keep those feet moving forward.
27-0 Ankeny with the lead, PAT pending. As once again, we will see the kicking unit come out. Try to make a 4th PAT of the night for Keegan Warner. Kicks on its way, and it is good. Perfect, 28-0 Ankeny leading over Roosevelt. We come back with more in a moment here on CISN TV at 96.9 The Bull.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
TV with your video stream. And the radio call on 96.9 The Bull. Trent Kahn and Blake Walker. 28-0 our score. Ankeny with the lead over Des Moines Roosevelt. 4:18 to play in the second quarter. On the ground, through the air. The Hawks have done it all offensively here in the first half. Kickoff to the 15-yard line. Brought forward to the 25, to the 30. Hit down hard. Special teams again for Ankeny. That time, Will Hendricks came in for the tackle. Roosevelt will start with it at the 30-yard line, and a couple of Rough Riders slow to get up.
Yeah, and no surprise. When the kick's being so short like that, that's going to happen. You know, you got to come up and you got to make the play, but you got to get downfield at the same time, and Hendricks makes a heck of a play coming near side at about the 30. Tough hit there for the Rough Rider return team.
Eddie Fulton took the worst of that one. Brings it out to the 31-yard line. Here's the Rough Riders offense trying to get on track again. We've seen some glimpses here out of this offense, and they'll try it once again with their quarterback, number 16, Dominic Wade, from the shotgun. And he looks to throw out complete after a short gain as he was able to find Danny Diggins for a pickup of about 4.
Boy, PJ Westover read that whole play like a book. If he was just playing up a little bit more, he could have been taking that thing back for 6. But nice job by Westover and Cale Halstead all at the same time covering Diggins. Again, Roosevelt, besides that one play to the tight end over the middle, not really much in the passing game when it comes to just the short flats outside. Got to try to take a couple more shots downfield, I feel like.
2nd down and 7 from the 34-yard line. Rough Riders back to the shotgun look. And they'll go with the ground game. Breaking through a tackle and spinning forward for a short gain. That was a hard-earned run there for Davidson as he gets 2.
Yeah, he's not getting the holes that he had on that first drive, but that shows the type of running back that he is. He's able to kind of work his way around a couple guys, wait for his O-line to move forward. And, you know, Davidson's playing great. Nice early start here by the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Got a quick 3rd down and short here.
28-0 Ankeny with the lead. Just over 3 minutes left in the second quarter. They'll spread things out. A 5-receiver look for Dominic Wade. 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Now going to put some guys in motion and change that up a little bit, including the running back Davidson, who will line up on his right hip. Out of the shotgun. Looks to throw. Wade up the left side. There's that shot up the field. Ball is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the cornerback, P.J. Westover. Thought he had the interception, incomplete. It'll be 4th down for Roosevelt.
I don't hate the call. I feel like, you know, when you're going downfield, Wade just kind of put a little too much air underneath of it. Westover, the ball's wet. You know, it's not easy to catch. You're not quite expecting a pass, obviously. Good play, though. But Westover have a chance to redeem himself on the punt return. He's a dangerous punt returner. If it goes back far enough and it gives him enough room, this could be a dangerous return, man.
They'll punt it away with Danny Diggins. Also wide receiver for Roosevelt. Bit high on the snap. Able to just get it off as it's a line drive. We'll take a Rough Rider bounce, though. Past the 30, 25. Still rolling. And it'll come dead just shy of the 20-yard line at the 21. And Ankeny will get one more opportunity at least here with 2:30 to play in the half.
I honestly think that might have been blocked. And if it wasn't, I'd be surprised if it didn't go through somebody's hands. That thing had a quick, tough spire on it coming to our near sideline, really low, didn't really get it. Punting hasn't been great tonight. We've seen that in general with kicking with the weather like it is. But I don't know. For Ankeny on offense, I think you've learned a lot about your pass game, and your passing game has been consistent, but just depends on how much you want to keep J.J. Cole out there and keep him passing. I think Jason Williams could definitely want a couple more carries here and see what he can do. But the O-line's been great, that's for sure.
8 of 11 passing, 158 yards and a touchdown for J.J. Cole's also added one on the ground. Wants to throw again. Up the left side, looking for Patton. Bit high. Did he get a foot down? Incomplete, out of bounds. Great effort over there, though, by Jamison Patton.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting it all on the line there, and even just short dump-offs. And that's all he's gotten tonight. He really hasn't gotten any downfield shots. It hasn't gotten the ball as much as we thought he would, but, you know, what are we expecting? A game against a former team, thinking it'd be all about the headlines. But Jamison's just playing his role tonight, and he's doing a really nice job with it.
2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line for Ankeny, 79 yards away from pay dirt, with 2:21 to play in the half. Pressure comes, Cole rolls, throws it out. It is incomplete again, looking for Patton. That time, good pressure, though, by the Rough Rider D.
Yeah, really nice job up front. I mean, they were able to stay home, led the charge by Isaac Garcia once again. Solid down lineman for Roosevelt. He's going to be one to watch here over the next couple weeks as the Roosevelt Rough Riders progress through their schedule. But JJ on the run hasn't been great, so if you can kind of push him out of the pocket, definitely one of those things that Roosevelt wants to keep doing. They're going back to 5 wide again here.
3rd and 10. J.J. Cole in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Looking. Sets up a screen. That one is out complete to Jamison Patton. Patton at the 25 through a tackle. Knocked down at the 28-yard line. Not going to be enough for a first down. Just trying to get the ball in J-Mo's hands and let him do work. Gets 8, but not enough for the first.
You know, one thing I think we're noticing tonight, maybe you've noticed it tonight, Trent, is that Roosevelt or Ankeny's breaking that first tackle. I think that's been one of the biggest things tonight. We haven't seen many tackles on first contact. Ankeny's being able to run through the tacklers. But this is a nice start for Roosevelt. You at least force a punt, try to get a score here before halftime. I know Ankeny gets the ball to start the second half, but you know, why not try to stick up a point here before the halftime break comes to fruition?
Reed Johnson will come in to punt it away for the first time. First possession ending without a score for Ankeny, as they were 4 for their first 4. End over end kick will hit in Roosevelt territory and take a little bit of a bounce, but it'll roll forward to the 42-yard line. And with 1:13 left here, a chance, like you said, for Roosevelt. Got to take some shots, though, up the field.
I think you got to pass the ball a little bit. I mean, Davison's been kind of shut down here so far. Ankeny's linebackers have stayed home. But you got weapons at wide receiver, and you got a really good tight end. You know, why not open that playbook up just a little bit more? Expect to see a couple throws here to George Williams. And, you know, Diggins has been great in the flat, but maybe send him upfield a little bit more. And Dominic Wade, I mean, he can run the ball. He has a couple carries, 63 yards coming into tonight. So maybe get him into that game. We've seen a couple read options. You never know. Go back to it.
Wade 5 of 10 for 19 yards through the air. 3 receivers lined up left. They'll go in motion and look to set things up. Wade wants to throw, covered up on the left side. Now he's going to run it out to the right. Spins through 1 tackle, and he is cut down after a pickup of 6. Well, not what they designed there, but it worked out pretty well.
You want to know how good Diego Jackson is? He was the only one that rushed. Everybody else pulled off the line. Jackson was the only one rushing, and he got to Dominic Wade in the backfield to at least force him out. Nice job by Wade to make a play out of something that was nothing, but boy, Diego Jackson playing a heck of a job on the D-line tonight.
Timeout on the field will stay right here with 54 seconds to play in the first half, as Roosevelt's going to use one of their 3 remaining timeouts. So 2 left up on the scoreboard for them. 28-0 Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt at the 48-yard line, though, and at least a positive start to things for Roosevelt. Like you said, love to give yourself a chance. Just get something on the scoreboard and give yourself a little bit of hope going into that second half.
Anything. I mean, anything will work. They put up 13 against Waukee. They put up 13 against Urbandale. You know, you're playing one of the better teams in the state, if not the best team in the state. So, you know, you got to take your opportunities when you get them.
Offense will trot back out on the field as Dominic Wade picks up 6 on that carry. He's carried it 4 times tonight. George Williams with 1 catch for 8 yards, couple of catches for Danny Diggins for 8 yards, and Jaden Davidson with 1 grab for 3 yards. As it is 2nd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Dominic Wade asks for the ball, throws it back. They're trying to set up a trick play, throwing it out there. Ball is deflected and deflected again. So they set up the screen play. We do have a flag out there, but he was behind the line of scrimmage on that swing pass out to Peter Vanadeth.
We're going to get roughing the passer on Ankeny. Now, which passer? I'm not sure, but it might be. I'm pretty sure because, no, for sure, this is something that we always see. If it's one of those kind of dump-off passes where it's one of them throw downfield, these linemen, they're just like, okay, that's another guy. If it's a passer, it does not matter. You cannot hit him as hard as you did. So, you know, sometimes you see plays called like this just so they can get a roughing the passer call. And watch that, just a tough hit coming from the backside. P.J. Westover landed on the thrower. You know, that just happens. That's a good field position spot for Roosevelt. Just kind of one of those things, one of those rules that kind of goes under the radar. Yes, you can rough the passer even if it's not the quarterback.
48-yard line all the way forward now to the 37 after the 15-yard penalty as Williams shifts to the right side of the formation for the Rough Riders. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Dominic Wade looking left. Pressure comes, rolls right. Up the field, flicks it out, in and out of the hands of his receiver. Nearly on the deflection was brought in, but it'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
You can tell it's raining, can't you? I mean, that's one of those plays. Easy check down. Probably should have been caught by Diggins, but just kind of in and out of the hands. I love the play by Ankeny's linebackers. They're kind of faking blitz and then pulling back. Fake blitz, pull back. That shows that Coach Nelson has a lot of faith in his DBs to be able to cover a lot of the field against a Roosevelt offense.
Peter Vanthedith, undersized out there, 5'6", 155. Couldn't come up with a reception as he'll try it up in the right slot. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers on that side, 2 on the left, including Williams, a big tight end, in the left slot. They'll put a man in motion. Pressure comes, taking a shot up the field. One-on-one coverage, trying to come back for it. Here comes the flag. It's going to be pass interference. It'll be another 1st down for Roosevelt.
That's a tough play. Reed Johnson downfield. They kind of got in a shoving match. Might have gotten away with offensive pass interference. They just kind of were pulling each other down. But, you know, you can be a paid actor here as a wide receiver to get some plays and maybe get the ref to throw a ball. But I like the play. It's a one-on-one shot. Good throw by Wade. Just couldn't quite get to it, but they'll get the pass interference on top of it.
They'll walk off the 15-yard penalty and move it forward to the 22-yard line as we take another look here on CISN TV. Yeah, he was trying to come back for the ball, and as you said, Reed Johnson was there and just yanked him down to the ground.
Lucky he didn't get a face mask on top. The penalty, they would have just taken the longer of the penalties, but yeah, he pulled him down to the ground. Good call by the official.
Mark it at the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Still 32 seconds left, and they do have 2 timeouts if necessary. They'll spread it out. Dominic Wade, the quarterback. And again, back to that shifting motion that we see all over the place. The running back, Davidson's going to come back in out of the shotgun and line up on the left hip. Throwing it out. It is complete to Williams. Gets through 1 tackle. Not a second, though. as he's able to pick up just 3 on the play. And quick timeout with 22 seconds left in the half.
I like the short dump-off play. Good job by Ankeny's DBs to stay home. The linebackers were up on the line of scrimmage, so you had a lot of open room in the middle of the field, and no play was going over the middle. Sometimes it's just a lucky play if you're Ankeny's defense.
Second down completion out there, and it'll be 2nd and 7 when we get back to live action with 22 seconds left here in the half. Coach Barnett talking things over with his squad, trying to set something up, and 22 seconds. You do have a timeout left, but feels like now you probably got to take a shot into the end zone.
Yeah, and, we talk about momentum for Roosevelt. Well, Ankeny can have momentum even though you're up 21-0. It's good to wake the team up a little bit. Ankeny gets a stop here. That's a lot going into the locker room. So, it goes either way, but, yeah, got to take a couple shots to the end zone. And based on pregame kicking, their field goal kicking wasn't great in this type of weather, so I think it's 4-down territory. You're going for the end zone here if you're Roosevelt.
They marked him down at the 21, so just a short game there for George Williams on his 2nd reception of the night, the leading receiver this year for Des Moines Roosevelt, coming in with 19 catches for 230 yards. It'll be 2nd down from the 21. Williams lined up in a typical tight end spot on the right side. Keep an eye on him as he comes out looking. Good pocket, throws short, and just a short completion for a pickup of about a yard. Another timeout will be used as they complete it to Diggins for just a yard.
Boy, Ankeny caught a huge break. They messed up in the secondary. Zion Spellman was wide open in the right side of the end zone on the far corner, and Wade just didn't see him. We got to give credit to Ankeny's D-line getting up in Wade's face to making sure he didn't see it, but that'll be something that Ankeny will look back on. But, yeah, just good pressure up front by Ankeny that's causing Wade to get rid of this ball quick and probably not go to the receivers that he quite wants to.
Yeah, and that pocket, it held for a moment. That's one where I think Dominic Wade, of course, it's Ben Jamison patting the quarterback here. Not a ton of experience at the quarterback spot. That just comes with development. That comes with snaps there. And that pocket was there. That's the one you got to take a shot up into the blue.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that, if the O-line can hold, you got to make those quick reads. And you know what type of O-line you have, and you can expect and you can put your faith in them. But, it's good to always have those quick reads, your safety valves, if anything. But, just got to look at it quick, and Ankeny's not letting up off the pressure, that's for sure.
3rd down and 6 at the 19-yard line now for Des Moines Roosevelt, trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. 13 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Ankeny a 28-0 lead over the Rough Riders. Boys in blue with the ball. Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Low snap, Wade able to gather. Looking into the end zone. He's got a man out there. Complete touchdown, Roosevelt. What a throw. Zion Spellman in for 6.
I bet he went back to the huddle and he's like, let's look at that next time. That was a great throw by Dominic Wade, and it's a zone by Ankeny, and Spellman just sneaks through everybody. There were like 3 guys sitting there in the middle of the field, and Spellman just works his way to the back, and Westover gets beat. Really nice job by Roosevelt. That's a nice momentum boost and a great throw by Dominic Wade.
Just what they needed going into the locker room. And now it'll be a PAT opportunity for Daniel Filekov, a junior. 5 of 6 on attempts. That one no good. 28-6. 6 seconds left to go. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the conclusion of the first half on CISN TV. 96.9 The Bull.
Buying and 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Squib kick with 6 seconds to go. Ankeny working forward. Now breaking through. Oh, to the 50. to the 40. One man to beat, cuts back at the 30, 25, and finally tackled by Diggins. Oh, man, what a play, what an opportunity, and that is one that Evan Erlmeyer is going to be thinking about for a while.
Well, here's the thing. He picked it up, and he was just going to run right to the middle of the pile. You can see our viewers on CISN. He's just like, all right, I'll just go down right here. And then he sees a gap, and he's like, all right, let me take off. Great job by Roosevelt to get up in there. That was Diggins to make the tackle. But Erlmeyer, great first half. He said, I might try to turn this squib into a touchdown.
Well, that's how the first half comes to a close. 28-6 is our score. Ankeny with the lead over Des Moines Roosevelt. Ankeny scored in their first 4 possessions of the first half. Roosevelt tacked on a score right at the end of the half. Great play to end things there. Entertaining first half here, and I think a learning process for both sides of the first half here as Ankeny takes the lead, but Roosevelt certainly had their moments.
Yeah, they did. I mean, that first drive was positive, and, you know, that's a big momentum booster. I know it's 28-6 here, but, you know, that touchdown, that gives a lot of confidence to Dominic Wade. And if I'm Roosevelt, take those shots. Keep trying some things down the field. I think it might work out for him in the end.
We'll take our first time out here of the halftime show as the band comes onto the field for Des Moines Roosevelt. Your halftime score, Ankeny 28, Des Moines Roosevelt 6. It's the halftime show presented by the Urology Center of Iowa. When we come back on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN.TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Back with you at the half here at Drake Stadium. 28-6 is our score as Ankeny leads it over the Rough Riders of Des Moines Roosevelt. Trent Condon, Blake Walker back with you. Thanks for joining us here tonight on a rainy Friday night of high school football in Week 5. We will be over halfway home with the regular season after we go final tonight. In fact, well, we're right at halfway home, 4.5 weeks in to the season of the regular season. Ankeny, after a week of questions, rumors, tumult, they come out in the first half. They score on all 4 of their first 4 drives and lead it 28-6 here with everything that has happened this week. Quite the start that you want if you're Ankeny.
Yeah, it is. And, you come out swinging with the passing game. We saw the weather like it was tonight. Still misting, not as much as it was during a couple portions of the first half. But, we saw that Ankeny, we thought we'd see a lot more Jason Williams. He's been huge the first couple weeks. But they put the keys with J.J. Cole tonight in the offense, and J.J.'s been outstanding. Erlmeyer's been, I think, the big surprise for everyone. You're thinking Patton, you're thinking Williams, but you're thinking Kruger. But go to the small Erlmeyer, and he's making the plays. So I give credit to J.J. Cole and his offense. They have put together a masterclass tonight for offense.
Saw some running room early on from Des Moines Roosevelt as Davison, the sophomore running back, came in with just 6 carries. He was gashing that Ankeny defense early on, but the Hawks certainly tightened there until the final possession. Couple of penalties aiding Roosevelt. They get into the end zone on a beautiful pass from Dominic Wade into the end zone for 6.
It felt like we were watching the progression of Dominic through that whole first half. In the beginning he was a little timid, just check downs, and then he got that play over to Williams over the middle, and then finally that big one to Zion Spellman over the top. So, we're seeing Wade step up a little bit more, able to make some plays out of the pocket. I'm excited to see what they do with him. If I'm Roosevelt, just keep taking some shots. Test the Ankeny secondary. The line is definitely tough. It's going to be hard to beat them, but, keep airing things out if you're Roosevelt.
28-6 our score at the half. We're going to take another timeout. We'll come back, get you some scores from around the area. We will also take a look at the first half stats here. Again, 28-6 your score at the half. This is the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show. We're back with more in a moment.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Blake Walker, thanks for joining us once again here at the half. Drake Stadium, 28-6 our halftime score. First half as we look through things, time to get you some scores as they start the second half over at Valley Stadium. Tigers a 14-0 lead over Marshalltown. Another game you can catch right here on CISN TV. And the third game of the evening on CISN TV, Ankeny Centennial down early 13-0 to Sioux City East. The Jaguars have come back. They lead at 14-13 over the Black Raiders. Here once again, 28-6 your halftime score. Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt. A couple other scores from around central Iowa. Down in small school action, Baxter a 28-14 lead over BGM. North Polk leading Algona 27-6. And ADM Adel a 21-13 lead over Atlantic. And we'll get you some more scores as they come in throughout the evening. Blake, talked about it, fun first half here, and Roosevelt gets that little glimpse of some positivity at the end of the half with the touchdown pass. And you talked about Dominic Wade. Here's the numbers for him in the first half as he goes 7 of 14, 43 yards, and the touchdown on the pass as he was able to find in the back of the end zone Zion Spellman on the 19-yarder for Davidson. He talked about some of that early success. He finishes the first half, though, with 34 yards on 10 carries. Wade was hit with 2 sacks in the first half, and Aiden Stepp just 1 carry for the leading rusher for a loss of a yard. On the other side, for the Ankeny Hawks, they were led on the ground by Jason Williams. Not a ton of running room, but he does have 2 touchdown runs in the first half as he goes from 8 yards away and 2 yards away for his 2 scores. 8 carries for 28 yards in those 2 touchdowns. J.J. Cole also with a touchdown on the ground, a 2-yard scamper into the end zone. 2 carries for 2 yards for Jamison Patton, but it was what J.J. Cole did through the air. 10 of 14, 166 yards and a touchdown. That pass to Evan Ermeyer for the score, and that's where we're at, 28-6.
Yeah, it's been one of those games that I think Roosevelt saw it, or Ankeny, this is what Ankeny wanted to have happen. Roosevelt probably wanted to take a little bit more time off the clock, but overall, it's like you said, that last drive, huge for Roosevelt. Just able to get that confidence going down the field, Dominic Wade. I'm excited to see what happens here in the second half. You know, how hard does Ankeny come out of the gate? You know, Roosevelt's going to be fired up after that touchdown, so, you know, there's a lot to look forward to here for Ankeny, and just trying to try some different things out on offense, and sky's the limit if you're J.J. Cole in the offense.
You know, Ankeny, they're already looking forward to the playoffs, obviously. That's not just a goal for a program like Ankeny. It's not getting to the playoffs. It's about making a run come playoff time. They're trying to set themselves out. That is a goal, though, for this Rough Rider team. And obviously an upset here tonight, if they could have a big second half, that would go a long ways to it. But it's about setting yourself up, trying to find things, and find yourself as you go into those final 4 weeks.
Well, and Roosevelt, I mean, the last 10 years, 12 years, they've been haunted with, and even Des Moines Public Schools, when are you going to beat a suburb school? When are you going to beat a suburb school? They finally get that monkey off their back, you know, with the win over Waukee last year in September. So now it's just, we got to make it consistent. We want this to be a consistent thing. You know, dropped to Waukee this year lost to Waukee 31-13, but, you know, they want to beat good teams, and they want to be one of those top teams, and we know it's possible. I think it was huge this year, Des Moines Roosevelt, the girls basketball team, making it to the state tournament. It shows that these Des Moines public schools can compete with the suburb schools. It might not be it all the time, but they at least want the respect that they can hang with these guys. And tonight, I think in one of these games, when you're playing one of the best teams in the state, don't show quit, and we haven't seen that out of Roosevelt yet. And same thing for Ankeny. Ankeny, the schedule gets pretty light as we head toward. They get Valley next week, but Valley just isn't the team that we've seen in recent years. Des Moines North upcoming as well. That'll be a big one. Des Moines Lincoln, Waukee Northwest to finish it out. So no reason why Ankeny can't finish out the year undefeated. But, yeah, playoff time is going to be huge. I just hope that we're given good enough schedules in the postseason that we can get Dowling, Southeast Polk, and Ankeny all in the dome. Because last year, you know, Dowling, Southeast Polk in the quarterfinals, everybody was kind of scratching their head a little bit. But, you know, I think that everyone will do a good job when it comes to seeding these guys. And it should be a really tight postseason class for the 5A race.
You mentioned Ankeny, what they have going forward. It will be Valley next week back at home at Ankeny Stadium. Then a road trip to Des Moines North. It'll be Waukee Northwest, and then finish up on the south side against Lincoln. That is how Ankeny is going to finish up the regular season. For Des Moines Roosevelt, they get Des Moines North next week on the road. Then a home game against Marshalltown here at Drake Stadium. They'll make the long road trip up to Sioux City to take on East the second to last week of the year, and then it'll be back home for senior night against Valley here at Drake Stadium. That's what's in front of these teams as they battle to get into the playoffs and then make a run on both sides. 28-6 once again is our score here at the half. We will take another timeout on the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show and get you ready for the start of the second half. Again, 28-6 is our score at the half. We come back on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Alongside Blake Walker, welcome back to Drake Stadium. 28-6 at the half. Ankeny with the lead over the Rough Riders. Well, Blake, talked a lot about what's going on here across Central Iowa and what we saw here tonight. I understand you are over at Grandview?
Yeah,
right?
I am. Yeah, over at Grandview. Pretty much been calling games all season here for CISN, and then do act sometimes in the theater business,
Nice.
but not this year. Been real busy, but yeah, senior year's off to a good start, and then enjoying football. Always loved the fall season. Been looking forward to this for a while.
And it feels like fall weather out there, a little nip in the air, and it's right back to the fall as soon as we turn it into fall here.
Yeah.
So getting ready for, of course, tonight. Looked at some of the scores from around the area, and this is the time. And we have so many of those compelling matchups now early in the year. We do get a few more later in the season as opposed to what we had in the past, which really, I think, adds to the intrigue all throughout the season. But just kind of interesting night overall here. You know, not anything that jumps off the page in some of the top matchups, not just at the 5A level, but really kind of across the state.
Yeah, it's the first week of district play, if I'm not mistaken. So it's where you kind of, non-conference, we can assume that every team's going to try to get your best matchup across, and that's always fun to watch. But, yeah, you hit district play. Yeah, not every district is built the same. And, yeah, you'll have your good district games, that's for sure. There's a couple down in 2A. I can't think of the district off the top of my head, but it's like OAB, CIG, Spirit Lake, Southeast Valley, Pocahontas area, all really good teams. That was a gauntlet last year. But, yeah, I give credit, when we moved to 5 classes or 7 classes, we move 5A or become 5A, kind of has to move things around a little bit, and that'll continue to grow. I mean, we'll see Indianola, Dallas Center Grimes, Norwalk join 5A ranks within the next 2-3 years. So I think we'll start to see more talent start coming in, and, these midseason games will be better. But, you get lucky when you get a midweek's game. And, I hate to say it, part of the midseason, we kind of take our eyes to the eastern side of Iowa because then things pick up. Like tonight, you got Iowa City High and Iowa City West playing each other. You got Dubuque Senior taking on Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And how about the surprise? Davenport West currently sitting 5-0. They're going to get a gauntlet the next 3 weeks with Hempstead and, a couple other teams. But, good start for West for the first time since 1987 being 5-0. That is huge for that staff. And they have Brady Hansen. He's the top touchdown scorer in the state of Iowa in Class 5A. So, they'll take 5-0, and you look at these schedules. Ankeny Centennial, 2 early losses. Can't really afford to lose another one the rest of the year. I don't think they will. I think they were one of the best 1 and 2 teams in the state last week when they played Cedar Falls. So, this is where next week we start to hear the word RPI a lot more, and then things get interesting because it's like, who'd you beat? Ames is another one of those teams, going to be right there on the teeter. That's where things get fun. Every game matters. I don't care if Ankeny beats Roosevelt. However, this game could matter down the line of who you beat.
Getting into that final slot, and that's what Roosevelt's going to be looking for. More than likely, they're going to be in that 14, 15, 16 range and trying to get in. It's going to be fun, the stretch run getting down to the final teams getting in. Again, 28-6 our halftime score. Take a look here at the latest rankings from Radio Iowa. You mentioned Pleasant Valley. They're off to an undefeated start. They're number 1 in their ranking system. They put Dowling at 2, Ankeny 3, Cedar Rapids Kennedy at 4, also 4-0 on the season. Southeast spoke after the loss last week at number 5, followed by Sioux City East, Cedar Rapids Prairie, Urbandale, Iowa City West, and Dubuque Senior. That is the 5A rankings. Class 4A, your top team is Lewis Central, followed by Cedar Rapids Xavier and Waverly Shellrock. Bondurant Farrar from Central Iowa at number 4. Carlisle, the 5th-ranked team in Class 4A, and more Central Iowa love. At number 7, Indianola. Number 8, Norwalk. Going to be really fun to watch 4A. And that's one of the positives we've seen. We always talk about, obviously, the gap in the old system between some of the 4A schools and some of them when the enrollment numbers were out there. You also saw the same thing kind of at the old 3A level, and it given a lot more teams, I think, an opportunity to feel like they have a real shot of making a run, getting the semifinals, and maybe winning a state championship.
If you're a Harlan fan, you love the split.
Yes.
Harlan got beat by North Scott, who was clearly a big 5A, almost 4A, almost 5A school in 2020 in the state title game. Harlan then goes and whomps the entire 3A field last year because they're a smaller school. I think that's one of the biggest things. But yet we've seen 3A, 4A, it doesn't matter. Harlan took Lewis Central to the final minute earlier this season. Carlisle's playing Bondurant tonight. Titus Cram, unbelievable running back for Bondurant. The talent is everywhere. Indianola beat Ankeny Centennial this year. So it's like, there's just so many good teams across the state, and the gap is shortening just a little bit. I think any 4A team could hang with a 5A team any day.
Seeing a lot of good things there. A couple other names from around Central Iowa. Class 3A, ADMA Dell ranked 4. North Polk at number 5 in the 3A rankings. A lot of great teams and a lot of great programs here around Central Iowa. We talk about the big schools a lot, but it's not just the big schools as well. We're ready for the second half. Ankeny will get the ball to start the second half as Roosevelt will kick it away. And we nearly had a kick return to end the first half on a squib kick that was picked up and returned by Erlmeyer. He's had himself quite the half of football as he's got 3 receptions, a touchdown, and he's gone over 60 yards on those grabs. It'll be teed up for number 7, the wide receiver / kicker / punter, Danny Diggins. The senior will put his right foot to it, and he's going to go with a little pop-up squib kick. Ball is loose. It's a loose ball. Roosevelt's got it. What a start to the second half by Des Moines Roosevelt. A beauty as Danny Diggins just dropped it down, a live football, and it's covered up by the Rough Riders down on the other end by Rylan Malloy.
That was onside kicking 101. Ankeny just kind of stared at it. I don't know if anybody on the far side of the field probably thought, oh, it's just a shank. It's still raining. They've been having trouble kicking all night. But, no, that was a great onside kick, and it actually has stopped raining, it looks like, mostly misting. So that's a big play by Roosevelt. If in a game like this, why not? Why not go for it? You're playing the number 1 team in the state, one of the top teams in the state. Why not go for it?
And They'll get great field position after the onside. They'll start at the Ankeny 38-yard line. Williams shifts over to the left side of the formation. Dominic Wade from the guns, going to hand it off. Hit at the line, breaks through a tackle at the 35, still on his feet, but he'll be stopped there as a host of Ankeny Hawks come over. Good hard run, though, by Davison to start the second half.
Yeah, the line wasn't there. I mean, he just didn't have great blocking up front, but just able to make something out of nothing. And, I give him credit for staying up. Ankeny's had a couple hard hits tonight, but he didn't want to go down. He wanted to stay on his feet, and, they're going to start that running game. That was the big thing that helped him in that first drive. We'll see how it continues here, and if they open up that passing game with Dominic Wade.
A little bit of a coming-out party tonight for the sophomore Jaden Davidson. He's run it hard after coming in with just 6 carries on the season. He has been the bell cow back to this point. In fact, 8 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown before tonight. 2nd down and 7 from the 35. Wade out of the shotgun, sets up a wide receiver screen, complete at the 35, through a tackle. Short pickup of 3, jumping forward, trying to make it 4. Let's see if they give him the reach there, and they will to the 31-yard line.
I don't know. First couple plays in, Roosevelt wants it more. That's what it looks like right now. Just kind of slow progressions through the motions. Defense by Ankeny. Roosevelt up on it here. I know stamina is a big thing. That's huge when it comes to Roosevelt. As the half goes on, you're going to lose that because you don't have as much depth. But they've got a little bit of hip in their step here and looking to get another big first down here on 3rd and short.
3rd down and 3 from the 31-yard line. Out of the gun again. Dominic Wade will put his H-back in motion over to the left side. Takes the shotgun snap a little bit low, hands it off, and hit at the line, bursting forward. Not going to be enough for the first down for Davidson. He will be short, but certainly 4-down territory for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, it is. In this type of position, got to go for it. Good hit by Diego Jackson here on this near side playing defensive end. We've called his number a lot tonight, big number 33. Big hit for Williams. You want to go run here, but I feel like you got to pass because Ankeny's going to be having everybody up the middle.
4th down and 2. As Roosevelt will line up 2 receivers right, 1 left. Inside of 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, 28-6 our score. Bank the death off across. He'll get it on the jet sweep. He's got a first down off the sideline. He is gone. Touchdown. Des Moines Roosevelt. Peter Vandedeth goes up the sideline and makes the Ankeny D play.
I mean, Peter Vandedeth, he got a heck of a push off that side. Good fake. And then he just turned it, went right back upfield, and what a speed burst by the small wide receiver, and boom, touchdown Roosevelt.
5'6", 155 pounds, jet fast, and the touchdown. And all of a sudden, we're at a 2-score game here, 28-12. The Rough Riders have ripped off 12 straight points as they will go to the PAT unit. Into kick, it'll be junior Daniel Filekov. Filekov had one blocked earlier. This one blocked again, no good. So 2 blocked extra points by the Ankeny special teams, but Roosevelt back in at 28-12. 9:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. We continue. This is high school football on 96.9 The Bull and CISN TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Touchdown run on the jet sweep. And Des Moines Roosevelt has cut it to a 16-point game, 28-12, 9:39 to play. It all began in the second half with an onside kick from Danny Diggins. And it looks like there's another hole over there if he wants to try to pop it up to the right side. Trent Cotton joined by Blake Walker, and this one an end-over-end kick will be grabbed at the 25-yard line by Jamison Patton. Patton up the right side to the 40, bounces it out 45-50, escorted out of bounds into Roosevelt territory. And That's the way you end momentum with a big kick return.
Yeah, just kind of a wake back up type of play there by Jamison Patton, short kick. And once again, just kind of like Erlmeyer did at the end of the first half, just kind of wait, survey, and then boom, you hit that gap and you get up that right side of the field. Nice job by Jamison Patton.
They mark him out at the 49-yard line of Roosevelt. 1st and 10, Ankeny, their first possession of the second half. 28-12 our score. It was 28-0, but a 19-yard touchdown pass from Dominic Wade to Zion Spellman made it 28-6 at the half. And then the first drive. Here is a hit in the backfield. Ball comes out, but the ball was whistled down. The Rough Riders, they're playing with some confidence out there.
And they should. I mean, you come out of the locker room, you're fired up. Ankeny just kind of moving slowly here. Good push. Guys are in a little bit of a blitz, but how about a heck of a play. Great job by the ends coming in. Yeah, he was down, but yeah, a little bit of fire here behind this Roosevelt defense. It's going to be big, though. What do these DBs do here in this situation?
Jason Williams does have 2 touchdowns on the ground, but pretty quiet night for him, the leading rusher for Ankeny. From what we've seen, he'll get the ball again, right side. Stiff arms a couple of times, but great penetration and pursuit again from Des Moines Roosevelt, and that defense in on the tackle for the Rough Riders, Brady Palmer.
Yeah, Ankeny was not, or Des Moines Roosevelt was not fooled. They put three wide receivers here to our near side, and that all night long, that's been a screenplay, and Williams keeps it. Great job at the Roosevelt defenders on the far side to stay home. Williams didn't have anywhere to go.
3rd and 11 from midfield. J.J. Cole out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Looks to the left side. Pressure comes. Rolling. He is wrapped up, and he is sacked. Ball comes out.
Roosevelt ball.
Says they have it. Still no signal from the officials. As the whistles come in, there's bodies all over the place, and who's going to come out of the pack with the football? It will be Ankeny, but it'll be 4th down and a loss of 14 on the play. Here comes Roosevelt.
How about the pressure on the far side? I think that's number 1. That would be Jaquan Bradley came on the far side. J.J. Cole didn't see it. I'm not sure how Roosevelt didn't get that ball unless one of the big linemen ripped it away at the end. But, boy, how about this Roosevelt line? And Coach Nelson wants a timeout.
And not a bad call. We'll take it with them. 3rd quarter, 7:35 to play. Roosevelt back in at 28-12 as we play back with more in a moment on CISN TV and 96.9 The Bull.
People love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
And 26 as Ankeny has to punt it away. Roosevelt makes the big play now defensively as they have cut it to a 2-score deficit, 28-12. As this one's punted end over end. Fair catch called for. Bouncing out of the wall. Did it hit his foot? Ball is loose down there. Ankeny says they have it as it looked like that one hit off the foot of Peter Vandedeth. And it'll be a turnover if they say it did. The officials are converting, and it will be Ankeny football on the recovery by Steger.
He didn't know what he wanted to do. He started running up. It was way short, and Vandedeth just came running up. Way fair catch, but by the time he did, he kind of, just got out of the way. It clearly hit him because if it didn't, would have kept rolling back the other way. That's just a misfortune, and Vandedeth knew it right when he spiked the turf. That is a terrible mistake. Disaster of a punt situation if you're Des Moines Roosevelt.
Jacob Kruger on the fumble recovery for Ankeny, and now they'll get the football back after going 3 and out. They'll do it at the Roosevelt 19-yard line. Cole the pistol, hands to Williams. Nice hole as he spun down past the 18-yard line. I'll check that past the 13-yard line to the 12 and pick up a 6 on the carry for Jason Williams.
I think after that almost fumble, then almost recovered by Des Moines Roosevelt. Coach Nelson says, all right, let's just keep this thing to the ground. We don't need to get too fancy because the run game's been solid. They haven't really lost a ton of yardage unless it's been on a reverse.
2nd and 4 from the 13. Ankeny up 28-12. Play action. Cole rolls to his right. Tucks it. Now looks to run. He's got the first down. Big 6'6" frame reaching out near the 5-yard line. We'll see where he stepped out. Looks like at the 7. Pick up a 6 for J.J. Cole.
Yeah, he can run, and not a lot of people remember that. I mean, he's not like you're going to run a QB draw and get him upfield, but really nice play. Long wingspan, like you said, able to reach out. Almost got away with a horse collar there, but able to reach upfield. First down and goal for Ankeny.
They work from the right hash mark, going right to left. Across your radio dial and your viewing screen on CISN TV. Cole hands it up the middle, pile pushing, touchdown Ankeny. That's some power football there from the Hawks.
Yeah, he was down at about the 3-yard line, and they just kept pushing. Really nice job by Ankeny. And, man, that muff punt, that's going to come back and bite Roosevelt in terms of momentum. Nice job by Ankeny to respond with a touchdown.
Jason Williams with his 3rd touchdown of the night, as he has been outstanding for the Hawks. And now 34-12 is our score. It'll be back to the PAT unit here for the Ankeny Hawks with Warner out on the field. His holder is Austin Bailey, trying to go a perfect 5 for 5 on the night for the Hawks. Warner's ready, snap back, hold down, kick on its way, and it is good. 35-12 with 6:31 to play in the 3rd quarter. We continue in a moment. This is high school football.
Off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Blake Walker back with you once again at Drake Stadium. Ankeny with the response, 35-12. They lead over Des Moines Roosevelt in our Central Iowa game of the week. Warner will kick it off for the Hawks. It'll be grabbed at the 12-yard line, up the left sideline, but not much room. Knocked down at the 22-yard line. It's Eddie Fulton, sophomore defensive back on the return. Roosevelt, they've shown a little glimpse here lately. The offense has got picked up, and last time they touched the football, it was all about Peter Fanthedeth with the long 30-yard run.
Yeah, I set them up great, and the momentum was all with Roosevelt. And then that muff punt, that's going to be something they're going to keep talking about. But, you know, put that behind you. You know, don't think about it. Get your offense back out. You know, just keep chipping away. You had good play calling there. Why not just keep moving? Dominic Wade and company still got a lot of work to do, but keep hitting those big plays. I think that's something that's going to keep them going here. Don't just lay down, and Roosevelt won't, but you know, just keep the offense moving here.
They'll start from their own 22-yard line. Dominic Wade, he's been solid tonight. They'll go back to that jet motion, hand it off, but covered up in the middle. Might have been a loss on the play, as there was absolutely no running room there for Ankeny on the tackle, Carson Booth.
I'd like to see a little bit more read option out of this Roosevelt offense. You know, we haven't seen any of that. We've seen option, but we haven't seen read option where Wade has to sit in the pocket and decide, do I want to hand this off or do I want to keep it? Because in that case, the ends were crushing down, and that time Wade could have taken it himself. Just something to think about when you go forward, and maybe that's in their playbook, but something to think about as they move.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, Ankeny 35-12 lead as Davison goes in motion up to the right side of the formation. Lined up in the middle of the 3-receiver look. Throw out by Wade. It is complete. to Davidson out to the 25-yard line. A flag came in, a couple of them, in fact, as the quarterback Wade is down on the ground, and it'll be a face mask against Ankeny.
Yeah, a big face mask. Just kind of ripped across his face. The end came over, and then Wade got drilled at the end of it. Then he wanted roughing the passer on top of it, but, yeah, costly penalty here for Ankeny. Just kind of ripped across, I think it was Jackson. We'll see here on the replay.
Yeah, there was pressure coming in from all over the place as Diego came in untouched, but, yeah, he jumped up in the air there, was just grabbing for something and got a piece of the face mask.
Well, and if Wade wouldn't have ducked, he wouldn't have been a face mask. But because Wade ducked, Jackson's hand was coming down, and, yeah, you're looking for anything to grab onto, and just so happened to be a face mask. Still not a first down, though.
It will not be. Difference also in the high school rules is it is not an automatic first down for a personal foul. It is just the yardage that is tacked on there. So different. You also see that every once in a while on a long 3rd and 18 pass play and a pass interference. Not an automatic first down for that either. One of the differences here at the high school level. 35-12 our score in the third quarter as we approach the 5-minute mark. Roosevelt with the football. They'll hand it off. Davidson, right side, 30. Cuts back at the 35. Spins forward to the 37. That will be good enough for the Rough Rider first down.
Yeah, good play upfield. Everybody kind of pushing to one side, working back to the next. Williams, good vision. I've been impressed by him tonight. And like you said, hasn't really been the main guy this season. Bulk carries have gone to Max Masucci, the senior, but no sign of him tonight. So either injured or something that we don't know about. But, yeah, Williams has stepped up pretty well tonight in that running back position.
14 carries for 44 yards for the sophomore Davison. And a first down and 10 from the 37-yard line. As they'll shift things around again. Play clock down to 5. Out of the gun. Wade to throw. Ball complete to Diggins. It'll be a short gain to him. Just a simple pitch and catch. The 4th reception of the night for Danny Diggins as he gets 2.
The faith in the DBs for Ankeny tonight has been prevalent because we haven't seen a lot of man coverage. It's just kind of that zone, and we haven't seen a lot of pressing up front by Ankeny, which is allowing Roosevelt to keep continuing to get these short passing plays, which has allowed them, or pretty much been Dominic Wade's main route of getting yardage in the passing game. But, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's what Roosevelt's running with right now.
9 of 15 for 49 yards through the air for Dominic Wade. 2nd down and 8, Roosevelt. With 3:50 to play in the third quarter, down 35-12. Wade rolls, pressure comes, dumps it out, complete to Williams. Williams tries to get up the sideline, pressure comes, cuts it back all the way out to the 45-yard line near a first down. He'll be just shy, but good footwork there from the big tight end.
Yeah, and you don't expect it out of a tight end, but, man, he just reminds me of almost a T.J. Hawkinson type. I mean, he can just get it upfield, and he should be down right here, but he's not. He keeps his head upfield, keeps moving forward. Really nice play by Williams. Going to get a 2nd and short here.
From the 45-yard line, need to get to the 47 for the first down. It'll be 3rd down for Des Moines Roosevelt. Trailing 35-12. Williams shifts over to the right slot. And they'll put another man in motion. And that's a Roosevelt offense, a big part of it. They'll go to the ground game and hit at the line of scrimmage. That time it was Aiden Stepp, and for the second time, the leading rusher for Roosevelt touches the ball on the ground. For the second time, the Ankeny defense is ready for it.
One of those shotgun-type runs, almost kind of a draw, and that time Ankeny sent pressure, and they were able to get in the backfield. Worked a couple times before, but like I said all night, Ankeny has done a great job going back to the sideline, looking at what they've done, and coming back and readjusting.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field here at their own 45-yard line, down 3 scores. With 2:25 left, they know they need points if they're going to get right back in it. Williams shifts over to the right side on 4th down and 2. Wade rolls to his right, looking up the field, still looking, throws it complete to Williams. Did he get enough for the first down? Boy, looks like on the near side official, he's got a mark short. This very well could be a measurement. And they marked it forward a little bit forward than where I think he initially was, but good enough for the first down as he picks up 3.
Yeah, where we're sitting, we're just off to the right of the 50-yard line, so it was close upfield. But good job by Williams. Better job by Wade. Kept his eyes open downfield when he was flushed out of the pocket. Throws to Williams right over the middle, and just barely a first down.
To the 47-yard line, 1st and 10, Rough Riders. they have shown some positive signs as this game has continued. 35-12 our score. Wade out of the guns, going to hand it off. Now keeping himself. There's that zone read that you were talking about, and he picks up 6 up the left side. He fooled me.
Yeah, it was about time. I was wondering if they would pull it out because it's been working. Ankeny has just been following that running back, and now you get the Ankeny defense to have to think a little bit more. I'm surprised we didn't see the read option earlier in the ball game, but yeah, great play by Wade. He's got speed. I mean, he's got a couple yards this season on a couple carries. Great job by Dominic Wade.
2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard carry for Wade, the quarterback. Twin receivers on each side out of the shotgun. He waits for the snap and takes it. Looking to throw. Pressure comes. Standing, and he is hit. Took that extra beat. The defense comes in and makes a big play. Here comes a flag afterward, right at where the quarterback was. The sack was brought in by Trent Jacobs, a sophomore linebacker for the Hawks, but we'll check on the flag.
Yeah, he got bull rushed and got destroyed, and then a couple more later hits came in after that, and that was just Ankeny doing too much. He's already down in the backfield. Let's see what they're officially going to call here.
So it looks like it was going to be a sack of 10 yards, but we wait on the official call, and that's going to be a personal foul against the Ankeny defense.
Unnecessary roughness.
So tack it on afterwards, and we will march the football forward as we watch the replay here on CISN. Well, there is Jacobs, and we'll see afterwards. Yeah, just an extra push after he kind of rolled through.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say about that. He was hit on the ground, and then he got right back up. Could have been a all-or-nothing play, but chain gang still messed up, so they got to figure out what they're doing here on the field. But
and now they're going to move the chains forward, 1st down after the personal foul call against Ankeny.
Well, and you see that trend in games like this. Ankeny's up. You know, they're probably going to go on to win this game, but that doesn't mean you have to take your hat out of it. I mean, you have to keep in it. You got to stay disciplined because these penalty yards, yeah, they rack up after a while.
From the 42-yard line of Ankeny, Roosevelt into Hawk territory again. George Williams comes in, lines in at the right tight end position as they set up the ground game, and it'll be Davidson bursting forward to the 37-yard line. Nice pickup of 5 again. Davidson, boy, this Roosevelt line against a very talented front of Ankeny, they got to be real happy with what they've done tonight.
Absolutely, and you got to give credit to Davidson. I mean, he's making that first guy miss. Most of his somewhat positive gains of yardage on the first drive even made that first guy miss, breaking through tackles. That's been the biggest thing so far.
15 carries, 49 yards now for the sophomore running back, Jaden Davison. 2nd and 5 from the Ankeny 37-yard line. Moines shifts over there, look to throw, flips it out, complete to Davison. Not much running room out there, though, as Ankeny, boy, they were lined up and ready for that one on the little swing pass to the left.
Well, and ever since they did that swing pass and then tried to pass it downfield, at least gets the Roosevelt DBs thinking just a little bit more. But, you know, I like moving and getting the sophomore to do that as we hit the end of the quarter.
End of 3, 35-12 our score. Ankeny with the lead over Roosevelt. Rough Riders on the move when we come back. This is high school football on 96.9 The Bull and video streaming on CISN.TV.
What they call a snow day, we call a work day. And the resume I leave behind is nothing but clean pavement. That's why I stay prepared for all the depths of winter. With a plow that won't back down from a little overtime and takes care of business beyond 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 without skipping a beat. A plow you'd call a real MVP, the kind only Western builds, to get more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over Des Moines Roosevelt, but at Drake Stadium. I'll tell you tonight, Blake, I think we've walked away very impressed by this Rough Rider squad, and they still got 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, and we get, if everything holds true, we'll be back here in a couple of weeks to cover Roosevelt and Marshalltown. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited to cover this team again. I'll be on the call for that one. Yeah, just very impressive tonight. No quit, as we expected from a Des Moines public school team.
They are working hard, and they are on the move as they got it 3rd down and 4 at the Ankeny 36-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they'll set up the run, right side, good hold there, going to be near the 1st down for Davidson. Looks like he is going to be just shy of that 1st down spot. And a little bit slow to get up, one of the offensive linemen for Des Moines Roosevelt. That is Sam Norris, the junior.
That was one of the most delayed snaps I've ever seen. He clapped and sat there for about 4 seconds, and Ankeny didn't jump. Good discipline by both the offensive and defensive lines. Get another 4th and short. If you got a QB sneak in your playbook, I'd go for it right here, but or read option. I think this 4th down hinges on the play of Dominic Wade here.
4th and a yard as they mark him at the 33-yard line. They'll go out of the pistol formation for Dominic Wade. He's got Davidson in the backfield with him. Davidson gets the carry. He's got the 1st down to the 30, a pickup of 3. I have been so impressed by this offensive line, this ground game. Ankeny is an incredible team. Now, this is one of the best teams, if not the best team in the state. After what they did last week against Southeast Polk, and there's been a couple of mistakes, and yes, it was an early lead for Ankeny, but Roosevelt's come back strong.
Yeah, they have, and it's just a no-quit mentality. And Williams that time, he's so quick off the blocks. I mean, it's just so fast if he can get a good block in the in that first step. That time, Ankeny kind of oversold it on the defensive side, racing too hard, and Roosevelt's able to beat him. I thought they were in trouble when they lined up in pistol.
Jaden Davidson, sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds, and running hard for the Rough Riders, now over 55 yards in the game. Faking and hit in the backfield. Boy, they tried to go with the hitch and go there, but the defense said none of that. Caden Benethum comes in and gets the sack for the Hawks.
You know, Cade, 7 tackles coming into tonight, 1.5 for loss. We haven't really called his name a lot tonight, but just from the linebacker position, sneaks in, gets Wade off conscious, really had no time to throw the ball.
Not much you can do against this pressure of Ankeny, and they have been really good throughout bringing that pressure in. Wade, boy, if he's not hitting that 1st or 2nd read, there has not been time to go to that 3rd or 4th progression.
And it makes the quarterback better. I think it's these nights like this make Dominic Wade better.
Inside of 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, 35-12. Ankeny with the lead, Roosevelt football. Pressure comes again. Wade steps up, now going to try to run. He'll fight forward for a few. Out to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd down in 4-down territory.
And he hasn't been one of those quarterbacks, you know, we see quarterbacks, when they get pressured, they boom, drop right to the ground. Dominic wants to stay up. He wanted to look. He was looking all across the field. He looked at his tight end, looked downfield, couldn't find anything. He's like, all right, I'll just take a couple hits and get upfield. Strong poise by the quarterback tonight for Roosevelt.
3rd down and 13. Need to get to the 24, a 1st down, just past the 20, in fact, about the 19.5. Before that, though, timeout on the field. 35-12, Ankeny leads Roosevelt. Back here in a minute with more high school football on CISN at 96.9, The Bull.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Ave.
Game of the week presented in part by the Urology Center of Iowa. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Rough Riders as they are in Ankeny territory at the 33. Wade with more pressure, rolls out to his right. Now he's going to try to duck it, goes up the sideline. He is near the 1st down, and it's going to depend on the spot by the official. Said he was just shy. It'll be 4th down and 2. Heads up play there from Wade.
Yeah, really nice play. I mean, Dominic's able to move the pocket pretty well. Really the first time this year Ankeny has had to face a mobile quarterback, and Dominic Wade's a tough one. He can throw the ball and he can run with it. Great open field speed when he gets around Diego Jackson. Really nice play by Wade.
It'll be 4th down and a yard now for Des Moines Roosevelt. Down by 3, scores 35-12, but they have come back. A score right at the end of the half, and another timeout's going to be used. We'll keep it right here. Coach Barnett wants to talk things over with his squad, an important one. Roosevelt, though, had the score right at the end of the half, made it 28-6. Thought, oh, that's nice, they got a score. They weren't done. Put another one on the board here. Really impressive, and this is something that is another one of those building process. Coach Barnett, year number 2 with the program, taking over for Mitch Moore. He wants to make this a sustainable model. He wants to make Des Moines Roosevelt a place where year after year their thoughts are not just getting in the playoffs. He wants to build even further than that.
Yeah, and they're taking steps. I mean, baby steps. You and I talked about it in the first half or during halftime. That win over Waukee last year. Finally get that win over a suburb school. Now they want to become a competitor, and like you said, that's a big step. And you know, even if you're still losing games, at least show up and make an effort. And that's something that Roosevelt's done tonight. I mean, I'd say in some ways they've almost tied or almost won the second half so far. If I'm Ankeny, I'm not quite easy, where I'm sitting a little uneasy about this second half. First half was great, but you know, there's a couple still holes in this Ankeny offense and defense that you're still like, okay, they're good, but they still have a couple things they can work on.
Let's see what Coach Barnett's going to draw up here on this 4th and 1 play. Need to get just past the 20-yard line, so though 4th and yard, more like a yard and a half. They need to get to pick up the first down. We saw them earlier go with the jet sweep to Peter Vandedeth, who worked his way into the end zone as they go back to 5 receivers. And they're going to set up a little swing pass out to left, complete to Williams. He's got the first down to the 15-yard line. Well-designed play there. They roll the quarterback out, flip it out to the tight end for 6.
Yeah, and Ankeny put nobody up on the line. They did their bull rush again where they all stand off the line of scrimmage and nobody covered. They sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost sent 7 guys, 6 guys up to Wade, and that left Williams wide open. Risky play by Roosevelt, but it ended up working out.
5th reception of the night for George Williams. And how about this? The play of Dominic Wade, as he has now completed 8 consecutive passes. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs at the Ankeny 15-yard line. Wade back from the shotgun again. Looks to his left now, back to the right. He's got a man out there. Complete touchdown. Flag comes in, but a touchdown pass as he was able to find Hudson Miller. Now we check on the flag.
This thing, I think, will be coming back.
Just running up
might be on Ankeny. It's on Ankeny.
Look at that. The score will stand in Des Moines Roosevelt. Their 3rd touchdown of the night. And now they're going to keep the offense out there and go for 2, 35-18, as the touchdown pass to Hudson Miller.
If I would have told you that Des Moines Roosevelt would have scored more touchdowns than Southeast Polk, would you have believed me?
Not in a million years, yet here we are, and sometimes the truth stranger than fiction. 9th straight pass completion from Dominic Wade. This is a 15-yarder, and his 2nd touchdown through the air tonight. Now they're going to set up for the 2-point conversion with 8:22 to play. Dominic Wade goes through, gets the signal in for Coach Barnett on the sidelines.
Heck of a baseball player, but man, he's showing his talents here on the football field. Go to college, you can play both. Love to see him play both.
Now you see that over in Iowa City with Brody Brecht, former Ankeny Hawk. They set things up. Oh, had the play set up there. It was the shovel pass and just a little bit off in the timing. Showed jet sweep, came back with the shovel pass, and Wade just wasn't able to get quite enough on it.
Man, and it was such a good play call. That is perfect for that situation, but just missed the shuttle pass like you said. Williams was right there, but hey, keep your head up. A lot of good stuff to go. You still got 8:22. You get a stop here, get another score. I mean, they're playing well. They're keeping their heads up, and Ankeny's got some work to do here on defense.
Well, we saw them open up the second half with it wasn't quite an onside as you think with the bounding ball. It was one that they just hit over the front line of things. As we get another look here on the replay, and you'll get a great look here with the camera work as you'll see Williams there. And yeah, just that pressure didn't allow Wade to get enough on the shovel pass, or that would have been 2 pretty easily.
It's such a good play call because he lines up behind just off the right tackle's cheek, and he's able to just, boom, sneak right up through the middle. And that's, I mean, beautiful play call. You love the shuttle pass. It's just a fun little option on offense. Just couldn't quite get it to go. I don't know if you go onside kick here. I think you just kind of kick it out and let your defense do some work. But Roosevelt is currently winning the second half against Ankeny, and I don't think a lot of people thought we'd be saying that. Great job by Roosevelt so far tonight.
35-18, 8:22 left, and after a 28-0 lead by Ankeny, it has been 18-7 Roosevelt from about the final 2 minutes of the first half until where we are right here. There was also that penalty on the play, so they'll be able to kick off from the 50-yard line, and maybe that changes the decision a little bit as well. What you do here, either kicking it deep or trying to go for an onside. If you do and you don't get it, well, you still don't give them as good a field position.
Yeah, and the kicks tonight have been amazing. So, like you said, this isn't really a bad thing if you're Roosevelt.
Danny Diggins, the kicker for the Rough Riders. He's going to boot one high into the air, end over end, to Jamison Patton, who gets it at the 1-yard line. Patton comes up the left sideline to the 20, breaks a tackle, 30, cuts back there, brought down at the 35-yard line. A flag comes in back at the 25. Jamison Patton with a good return, but looks like it's going to be negated by a flag.
I want to give credit, though, to Jamison Patton. He got up, and immediately when he got tackled, he went to one of his teammates, or one of his former teammates, hit him on the shoulder, and I think it was just like good tackle, man. So I don't think there's a lot of love lost between Jamison Patton and Roosevelt. I've seen a couple times tonight. They just had good interactions with each other. I'm sure he misses it and they miss him, and good respect here on the football field.
Absolutely, and talking to some people that were involved in this decision by Jamison to transfer to Ankeny had a lot to do with J.J. Cole. Obviously, they'll be teammates next year at Iowa State, and being able to play for a championship. He did so much, and you're not going to find people at Roosevelt that have a bad thing to say about Jamison Patton. I've called a lot of his baseball games, football games, even some basketball throughout the years, and people at Roosevelt, even today, will have nothing but great things to say about the young man, which is great to see. First down after the penalty, and they're going to hand it to Patton as he goes up the left side from the 15. He's got a first down and more out to the 32-yard line. First big carry of the night for Patton as he gets 17.
I was going to say, that might be his first carry in general tonight. If you put Patton and Williams in the backfield, it makes the defense think twice. Nice play by Patton. He's just got such great speed on the edge, good patience. Nice job.
He is a playmaker, and that was his third carry of the night. 19 yards. First one went for a loss of 2. Second one for 4. And a first down there at the 31-yard line. Ankeny, 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. They lead at 35-18. J.J. Cole from the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Williams. He pitter-patters forward out near the 37-yard line and stop there. Make it the 38. Good, strong run. A pickup of 7 on first down. Boy, most offensive coordinators will take that every single time.
Yeah, and I think Coach Nelson, this is basically him coming out and saying, all right, if you're going to stop us and you want to get back into this game, you're going to have to stop us on the ground. Unless they have to pass, I think it's going to be a last-ditch effort. Ankeny's going to want to get this clock down. Currently got 7.5 to go till this thing's over. Just wait this clock down, just keep running it, and you'll be fine.
Second down and 3 from the 38-yard line. 2 receivers lined up to the right side. Out of the shotgun, it'll be J.J. Cole with Jason Williams with him in the backfield. High snap, hands it to Williams. He is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive pursuit there once again from Roosevelt, and they've shown some signs on that side of the football too. That time it was number 72 defensive lineman Isaac Garcia. We've called his name a lot.
I was going to say, and he's been great at that DN position. I've been very impressed by Isaac so far tonight. He met Williams right in the gap and pushed him right back down to the ground.
It'll be 3rd and short now for Ankeny as the clock rolls down inside of 6:40 to play. Still rolling, 14 on the play clock. Ankeny would love a first down here. A chance to eat up some more of that clock. Cole looking to throw. It's got a pocket. It's got a presence. Throws it complete on the screen to Williams. First down to the 45, 50, into Roosevelt territory, all the way down to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 20 on 3rd and 4.
These screenplays are so late. I mean, in that whole thing, I was like, oh, everybody's covered. And then, oh, there goes Jason Williams sneaking his way out of the backfield for an easy screenplay. I got to give credit to J.J. Cole. He's selling that really well, looking downfield. Great play by Williams even to stay upfield and stay inbounds, knowing that the clock could be a situation here.
Roosevelt's held on to the football a whole bunch here in the second half. In fact, that is the first completion, first pass attempt of the second half for J.J. Cole, as he is now up to 186 yards through the air. 1st and 10, and a fresh set of downs as we're halfway through the fourth quarter. They'll go back to Williams on the ground. Nothing on the left side. covered up. In fact, a loss on the play as they lose a yard. Garcia there amongst others for that Roosevelt D.
Yeah, good push. The end stayed home, and then a couple push through the guard play. Garcia, as you can see him on the screen, he's working hard. I mean, he's just been one of the top players tonight for Roosevelt. Nothing to be afraid of if you're him, and he has been really good tonight for the Rough Rider defense.
Second down and 12 after the loss of 2, back to the 44-yard line as Ankeny works in Roosevelt territory. 5:20 left, clock running, fourth quarter. Ankeny 35, Roosevelt 18. Play action pass. Cole steps through some pressure, still rolling, looking up the field, incomplete. Shoots it past his receiver, Evan Erlmeyer. It'll be third down.
I tell you what, he still got it there. I mean, it was bobbled by Erlmeyer just a little bit. And Evan Erlmeyer, only a sophomore, and he's just 5'10". He's only a sophomore. He might grow a little bit, but, man, he is going to be one to watch the next couple years for Ankeny. Arlen Bruce-type size and skill set for Ankeny.
Playing that slot receiver spot, he can go out there. He's made some plays and gets a little bit on some end-arounds, jet sweeps. They do different things to get him involved. He's got a bright future in this Ankeny offense. 5:08 left after the incompletion. Clock out. It's third down and 12 for the Hawks. Cole looking to his left, now rolling to his right. And he's going to tuck it and try to run for the first down. Gets through a tackle. Ball bounds out of bounds, and he's got the first down to the 30. Another heads-up run by J.J. Cole.
Well, it makes sense. All routes are going to the left, so the right side of the field is going to be wide open, and J.J. recognized that, uses his legs a little bit. I bet, he knew the first down was going to be close. I was surprised why it wasn't sliding, but nice play by J.J. Cole.
And J.J., when he gets going, he's got some speed back behind him. And you saw that on that run there. Not maybe the shiftiness, the hip movement that you see out of some different quarterbacks, but when he gets ahead of steam, that big 6'6" frame, he can really eat some ground up.
Yeah, it reminds me of Cincinnati's Desmond Ritter that played last year. Just kind of a nice stature, can run if you need him to, but, man, he's got great arm accuracy.
From the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, Ankeny in Roosevelt territory. Out of the gun again, they'll go to Jason Williams. Offensive line pushing forward. He pushes forward and gets 5. With 4:18 to play, and now question becomes for Roosevelt, when you start to use your timeouts. They have already used, though, 2 here in the second half.
Well, they're going to get an official timeout. Big Joe Kingston, he laid a pancake earlier. His helmet came off, so he's going to come running off the field. But, yeah, I don't know. I think with one timeout, maybe you just let this thing play out. Depends on what these coaches think about the end of this ball game, but Ankeny's just going to keep this clock moving here.
Second down and 5 as we go inside of 4 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Once again, our score 35-18 Ankeny. Jason Williams with the carry, left side, got a short gain. Not going to be enough for the first down, though, as he gets 2 on that one. 17th carry of the night for Jason Williams. He does have 3 touchdowns, but hasn't been the room that we're certainly used to from him, as he is now at 17 carries for just 61 yards.
Yeah, tough sledding tonight. I mean, give credit to Roosevelt's front 3. Williams had to go off. That's 2 straight plays. 2 helmets have come off for Ankeny. So a little bit more of a pause just to get him off, so he has to step aside for a play.
Clock down, just over 3 minutes left as they will snap it. Got to hurry, and they're going to use a timeout. 3:04 to go. Ankeny uses a timeout. 35-18 lead as we come down for the stretch run on CISN TV and 96.9 The Bull.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Trent Condon, Blake Walker back with you once again at Drake Stadium. 35-18 Ankeny leading Des Moines Roosevelt, trying to get a couple of more first downs and peel off the victory here They're facing a 3rd down and 4 at the Roosevelt 24-yard line. Been a lot of Jason Williams here in the 4th quarter trying to eat up this clock. Roosevelt with just 1 timeout remaining. 3rd and 4, and got to assume this is going to be 4-down territory for Ankeny if they need it. Out of the shotgun, they'll hand it Jamison Patton left side, and he is hit short. The Rough Rider defense gets it done again, gets the stop on 3rd down. No gain for Jamison Patton.
This would be an interesting call here for Coach Nelson. I think I trust my offense a little bit to go for it. And even if you don't, you're only giving Roosevelt about 2 minutes and 20-some seconds to come back down from 22. So, just kind of one of those things that they can definitely go after. 23, actually. They're going to keep their offense out on the field here.
Trip receivers right, 1 to the left for J.J. Cole as he works out of the shotgun. Looks right, back left, still standing, now rolling out of the pocket to the right side. Pressure comes, wrapped up, hasn't got rid of it yet. He does, incomplete. The defense holds again for Des Moines Roosevelt. What a play coming in and applying the pressure from Lester Fanville.
Man, I am so surprised JJ just didn't step up in the pocket and just run. He had a wide open lane and getting rid of it. See, in that case, yes, wanting to get rid of it downfield, but I feel like he could have just taken the sack. Good defense by Des Moines Roosevelt. Got an injured Rough Rider down on the field.
Yeah, injury down there, and we'll keep an eye on that one. A couple of different guys slow to get up, including the guy that made the play in Fanville, the junior defensive back, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's a little bit slow. Down on the field, though, it's been a name we've mentioned a lot, Isaac Garcia. Boy, you hate to see this for the senior. Looks to be in a lot of pain down there. Right now, the training staff is out there. A couple of teammates on a knee as he works his way back up to his feet. And certainly a good sign there. And he's going to walk off the field.
He's a tough guy. I mean, he has shown his poise tonight. His effort has been unbelievable. That's a good guy wearing number 72 for the Rough Riders.
And gets his way back over to the sideline. He helped get the stop and gets the ball back to the offense with 2:15 left in the 4th quarter. Ankeny 35, Roosevelt 18. But after Ankeny took a 28-0 lead, Roosevelt has come back and made this one a ball game. They have outscored the Hawks 18-7 since then. Had a couple of opportunities, too, that they could be even tighter.
That muff punt is just going to be, that's going to be a tough one to watch when you go watch film on Sunday or Monday. That muff punt gave Ankeny that score. If that's the case, we don't know. Ankeny could still have 28, and we're looking at a whole different ball game.
35-18 out of the shotgun. Dominic Wade, he's been sharp. He throws one out and gets it complete to George Williams. Williams out near the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5 on 1st down on the 6th reception of the night for the talented Rough Rider tight end.
Just so solid in the secondary. They're going to go hurry up here.
Quickly back to the line as they need to go inside of 2 minutes left here in the ball game. 35-18. Wade steps up in the pocket, now looking to run. Flag comes in, he throws it up incomplete. Couple of flags out there. It's either going to be an ineligible man downfield or a hold.
I think we're going to get a hold. He sure did get a good push up front to be able to sneak through the secondary, but credit to Dominic, kept his head upfield and almost threw a dart down to almost to a 1st down. This thing's going to be coming back, though.
And that incompletion is going to be wiped off as they accept the penalty, so it'll be 2nd and long as they walk things back. Now it makes it even more difficult now for the Rough Riders as they'll take the football back inside the 25-yard line. And now they'll walk off the 10 yards from there all the way back to the 13-yard line. Boy, tough one to swallow there for the Rough Riders. Well, Dominic Wade, he has been hot here in the second half and really going back to the end of the first half as he has completed 13 consecutive passes.
He's solid. I mean, really solid quarterback. Anywhere. He could play anywhere, and I think he'd be good. They wondered how they were going to fill the role of Jamison Patton.
They swing it out complete left side, spinning through one tackle. No. Boy, great pursuit over there, and the short completion as that one is out to Eddie Fulton for a pickup of 2.
Haven't called his name a ton tonight, but another sophomore. He's looking pretty solid. Boy, you got Davison and Fulton. Really solid backs, both sophomores. It's been a night of sophomores. Erlmeyer, sophomore.
They go out of the huddle here with 1:10 to play. It's 3rd down and long for Des Moines Roosevelt back at their own 15-yard line. Set up a screen again. That one complete. Oh, set up the trick play this time. That is complete. Out past the 30-yard line. Steps out just shy of the 1st down. So the swing pass was complete to Peter Vanthedeth. Then he chucked it out and made the completion out to number 13, Zion Spellman.
Ankeny blitzed a lot of guys, and then Jamison Patton had his man downfield, and he just missed him. Didn't watch him coming across, and good play by Roosevelt to get downfield.
Pass completion there, and makes it 4th and 2 with 55 seconds remaining from the 32-yard line. Dominic Wade out of the gun. Hitch route and looking for Diggins, but it's incomplete. And the ball will go back over to Ankeny after that one.
And Roosevelt will wave the white flag.
After 12 consecutive completions from Dominic Wade, his 24th pass of the night goes incomplete. And a turnover on downs gives it back to Ankeny. They can put a couple of knees on this one and wrap up the 35-18 win. Well, Ankeny got to be happy with the start they had after a tumultuous week.
Yes.
First 4 times they touched the football, they score 4 times. But certainly a lot for them also to clean up.
Yeah, it's like you said, they'll be happy about the start. But I think when you're watching film, you're like, all right, first half was great. But this second half is going to be a tough one to swallow. Just a couple things that could be cleaned up for Ankeny. The score, I think the game will be technically, the second half at least, will be closer than the score shows. 35-18 will be our final. But, yeah, still a couple things that Ankeny can clean up. And for Roosevelt, I mean, you played your best against one of the top teams in the state. And, nothing to be ashamed of by Roosevelt tonight.
One more final knee. There it is. And the final seconds will tick off the clock. Ankeny will get the win. They'll go to 4-1 on the season. Roosevelt, they will fall to 2-3 on the year. We will take our final timeout, come back on the other side, put a cap on things, get you updated on some of the scores from around the area. Hey, if you're watching us here on CISN looking for some more good football, we got a barn burner up in Ankeny, 28 apiece with Sioux City East and Ankeny Centennial. You can jump over to that one. Just search CISN on YouTube and you'll find all our 3 streams for tonight. Here the final, Ankeny a winner, 35-18. We'll take a timeout. Come back on the other side, hand out our Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. All when we come back on CISN TV and 96.9, The Bull.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Condon and Blake Walker back with you one final time at Drake Stadium. 35-18 our final here tonight. Ankeny gets the win over Des Moines Roosevelt, but a spirited comeback from the Rough Riders as we were thoroughly entertained here tonight. Ankeny out to a 28-0 lead, but Roosevelt the rest of the way outscored the Hawks 18-7, and that wasn't against the backups. That was against the starters really throughout this one. A really impressive performance from Roosevelt. Well, taking a look at some numbers here, your final thoughts, Blake, on what proved to be a fun night.
Yeah, I think overall I was really impressed with Roosevelt. I think that's one of the things that I'm going to take away from tonight is they're no quit. I mean, Roosevelt played hard. Ankeny, I mean, solid, really good offense. I think they can put up 35 a night. At defense, though, they're going to have to work on a couple things. I think that's one of the biggest things. This is a Roosevelt team that doesn't have the best offense in the state of Iowa, but able to put up 18 points. And like you said, I mean, if it wasn't for that muff punt, we could have a completely different ball game. So a couple things to clean up. I think Ankeny first half-wise, great. Second half, might not want to look at that film as much, but a lot of positives for Roosevelt. They're going to have a great game with Marshalltown in a couple weeks. We're going to be covering that game here. So I think on CISN at least, I think it's going to be a really fun one. And this is a good Roosevelt team. I'm excited to see what they're doing as they keep moving forward. And despite the loss, I think tonight was a positive moving forward for the Rough Riders.
Let's take a look at the final numbers here, starting with Ankeny as they get the win as they move their record down to 4-1 on the season. J.J. Cole goes 10 of 17 through the air, 186 yards and a touchdown in a winning effort. Also had a touchdown on the ground on a 2-yard scamper. Jason Williams, it was tough sledding at times for him out there. 17 carries, 61 yards, but did find pay dirt 3 times. 3 scores on the ground for Williams tonight. And leading the way, it was Evan Erlmeyer with 3 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown for Ankeny. On the other side for Des Moines Roosevelt, their quarterback was outstanding, including a run of 12 straight completions for Dominic Wade. He finishes 17-24, 87 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Rough Riders, and hard running also from the sophomore running back from Des Moines Roosevelt. That was Jaron Davidson. He finishes with 17 carries, 56 yards in the game. Overall, the leading receiver was George Williams, 6 receptions for 31 yards for the Rough Rider tight end. Before we get out of here, time to hand out our Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. Boy, a lot of different directions to go. Got the 3 touchdowns, obviously, from Jason Williams, but was not one of his best performances of the year. Kind of look at maybe some of the defense. Diego played at a high level here tonight. A lot of directions. Anything stand out to you, Blake?
I think J.J. Cole. Cole was the big one. Staying pocket presence was great. When he had to run, he ran well. I think J.J. should get the player of the game. Very solid. He's improving every week, and he's going to be the key if they want to win a state championship this year.
There it is. J.J. Cole, our Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. As Ankeny wins at 35-18 over Des Moines Roosevelt. Blake, this was fun. Let's try it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. It was a fun night. Thanks for letting me do it with you. It's fun to call these games.
Absolutely. Again, if you're keeping an eye out, that Ankeny Centennial Sioux City East game tied up at 28 in the 4th quarter, less than 2 minutes to go. Just search CISN TV and you can catch the feed of that one. Our feed is over. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight on the radio side on 96.9 The Bull and the video stream on CISN TV. Final score for the final time. Ankeny, a winner tonight, 35-18 over Roosevelt. Good night, everyone.